welcome all to today's stream. Get Goobu. Oh wait, hold on. You guys want to get Goobu? To get Goobu. That's getting Goobu'd. Welcome all to today's stream. We got please rank Bloodborne as top. It's in the tier list. Who knows if it's gonna be top though. But yeah, we got Booney, we got Carson, we got Goobu, and we got Oren. Yeah, we got 4 Fumos this time for a very special gaming tier list. Special because it's not TFT. That's what makes a raccoon stream special. Is that there will be no, I promise you this, unless I go back on it, which if we end this, if that's only if the stream, like if the tier list is finished like really early, then I guess I'll play some TFT. But I don't think that's going to be the case because there's oh, it's just a little bow. It's a bow it's Kusha's bow that Kusha had on her hat one time. Anyway, I'll show you guys the tier list. Barker and Barker Snail. They're hold on, I can show you where they are. This is where the Fumos are if they're not in Fumo live cam. Hold on, you guys are probably getting destroyed by the fan. I'll show you. I'll just quickly see if I can do this without, face reveal. They're down there. They're just chilling there. Look, there's them, little one and Kush. They're talking. Patchy's looking at alpaca. So yeah, that's where they go for if they're not on their live Fumo cam. That's where they chill. And then when they sleep on the beanbag. Sleepy time. Lovely, comfortable bed for them. But yeah, all right. I'll show you guys the tier list now. Get ready to have your mind blown. Guarding the door. Yes, my strongest bodyguard. So we have 181 things to rank, and these are all games that I've played or were on my has a chance of arriving tomorrow. Ooh, that's hype. You're gonna do lots of things with your Fumo when you get them. You're gonna Fumo bounce them. You're gonna feed them burger. Gotta do. It's gonna be a great time when you get your Fumo. But yeah, this is all the games that I think I have played. Well, most of them were on Steam, and then some of them were like from memory, and then some of them are gacha games and whatnot. I probably don't have every game I've ever played in my existence because I just remembered a game I forgot to add, but it's because it's whatever. But yeah, these are most of the games I have at least on Steam. I could grab them. This just represents the game. There's Fumo. How did that get there? But yeah, we have all these. I actually haven't played Fallout New Vegas. The only one I've played is Fallout 4. I watched Landfill play Fallout New Vegas though, and I was like, man, that's a long game if it was like a whole month of him playing. But yeah, these are all the games. I don't think I've missed any like big hitters, but who knows. Actually, I think, this one, hold on. We'll move that one to here, because I actually haven't played this one yet. It's just on my Steam thing. What is the Fumo game at the left of the Spider-Man game? Wait, which one? Oh, here. Spyro. Oh, this one. Oh, that's Saya. Wait, why do they have a line on them? That's a visual novel. I'm just representing it by the Fumo of the character, because I think the visual novel was like hard to find an image that was like, not spooky looking or like mischievous. So yeah. Anyway, this is our tier list. What do you guys think of these? We got the GOAT of gaming history. Oh wait, hold on. Alright, yeah, there we go. We got the GOAT of gaming history. We got Peak. We got Extremely Fun. Fumo surprise game. We got A Great Time for All. We had Become Fumo. I actually haven't played Become Fumo. I've just seen memes on it. I didn't think it was like a real thing. I thought it was like a joke. And then someone in the Discord like posted it in there. And then I was like, oh, it is real. But yeah, we got A Great Time. Enjoyable. alright experience. Fallout 4 good. We'll see. And then we have mediocre, pretty bad, waste of space, and then would rather sleep in a fire ant's nest than play. I don't think any game's gonna reach here unless we put it in there as like a joke, like League of Legends or something. It's like, nah, it's like any game. I'd rather play any game than sleep in fire ants' nests. Because believe it or not, fire ants aren't very kind. They're very bitey and very They set you on fire. I think, I don't know. They're called fire ants, so they're probably got something to do with making you flame up, right? Oh yeah, what do you guys think? Do you reckon we should do you guys like these tier lists, like these choices? Do you think we should add more? Should we add less? What are people's thoughts on their list? Does it look good? Is it acceptable ranking? I was gonna think of putting like another one, being like there can only be one, like I always do, where it's like the best game I've ever played. But unfortunately, even I will have trouble deciding what game's the best game. Maybe once we have like, I'll try and pick one out of everything that goes in here. Actually, I'll probably put a lot in goats, because I only play goats, right? But yeah, the tier list, very lovely. So yeah, I guess we'll just start. Unless, do I need to add an extra thing? We got, I think that's enough. I think they're all arranged from like, like a great heat peak to like pretty good to, yeah, it's a game. And then to like, bruh. And then like, oh, so automatopoeias for the win. Man, we got many games. If you see a game here that you like, hello Raccoon, in my humble and obviously correct opinion, Red Dead 2 is the best game ever. I can second that. It is probably like, I don't think there is, it's pretty hard to argue what game is better than that. But then, like, you say that, right? And then someone would just be like, oh, but just horse walking simulator in it. And to them, the best game ever made might be, I don't know, Call of Duty. And you can't really argue with that when it's like someone's preference. But actually, like, objectively speaking, yeah, I'd say Red Dead 2 is probably like one of the best games ever made from like a technical standpoint, a story standpoint. I don't know so much gameplay though. The shooting mechanic, they could up that, if they updated that, then yeah, gameplay as well. But like, I don't think anyone plays Red Dead to be like, oh, I can't wait to shoot guns. It's more like for the immersion, right? I think it's on here. It should be. If it's not, I have. Oh, there it is. Okay, Pog. But yeah, it's in order as well. So I have a little list on my side here because there's 180 something games, and I may forget some of the titles sometimes. But yeah, anyway, before we start, let me just pat the foot. That was really loud. I don't know why. I'm peaking today, boys. I'm happy. I'm not playing TFT. I'm still laughing to myself yesterday when Mexican for Everyone was like, "Oh, you sound sad. Are you okay?" When I was like at the end of TFT, and I'm just like, "Oh, I lost a bunch of games, but I didn't think it affected how I sounded, but I guess it did." And I was like, oh, I thought it was kind of cute. And I'm like, oh, viewers was worried about Raccoon because he's playing TFT. I'd be worried too. But yeah, I also moved all the images of things down to the bottom here so that you could see up above live Fumo cam. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let me just get my folder opened up with the thing, obviously, because I forgot to open that up. Very cool. Oh no, ad showing up. Oh no, man, you guys can't see him. Win a trip to New Zealand. Cool. You guys want to go to New Zealand? You know what they got in New Zealand? Fish and chips. Apparently the best ice cream ever made. Where is my folder? Oh, there it is. I have so many folders. Alright, so first one we got is 8 Doors. This is like This is a Metroidvania, S tier armor free Call of Duty 4 Battlefield 2. I don't think I've played any of those. Actually, which one is Call of Duty 4? Because I played Modern Warfare and that's it, and I was like, yeah, I had a good time. Something tells me you like your soldier games. But yeah, this one was pretty good Metroidvania. Oh wait, how come they're all like that? Let's see if I can much better. You get so much more game now. Actually, this comes off as intimidating almost. Maybe I'll put them back to square. That way it's not as huge and scary. Alrighty, so yeah, this one was like, from what I played it last year, it was kind of chill. It was like just a B grade version of Hollow Knight, in a way. Iteration of Modern Warfare from 2007. I don't know if that's the one I played or if I played a new one. Low key, I played the one that you can still use online multiplayer. It was the one on Steam that was like $20 on sale at one point. That's why I played it though, for the multiplayer. And then I got into one game and I camped on the roof, shot a bunch of people, and then I got a message telling me how cringe it was that I was camping. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever, because I thought COD lobbies was like a meme of like, oh yeah, people be like really upset if you do things in this game, like more than League of Legends. It took one game for me to experience COD racism, and I thought that was pretty hype. But anyway, yeah, this one was a great time. It was a very lovely Metroidvania. It has a bunch of Chinese stuff, I think. I think it's it's either was Chinese or Korean. And, you know, I don't really know much about that, but it was pretty cool. It had a lot of different combos. And you could ride the frog. It just wasn't really that hard of a game. Actually, it was more enjoyable than a great time. It just wasn't really hard. I completed it pretty quickly. The final boss, although having like 3 phases, all of them were like pretty simple. It wasn't like no absolute radiance or whatnot. I like games to be hard. Alright, next we got probably like the greatest meme of all time, Among Us. Among Us. Where does Among Us go? You know what? I would say Among Us is, you know, despite, you know, the memes and everything, I think it's actually pretty fun. Oh, extremely. Oh, hold on. Extremely is a bit strong. Oh, this is how we make tier lists. We make it, put it in a thing. We'll go. All right, great time. Pretty fun. All right, there we go. We got more balance now. Pretty fun. It was a pretty fun game. It's like, I think I made like a friend in that I still talk to sometimes today. So that's, you know, Among Us takes you places, I guess, with that. And it was pretty good for like, it was like the one game that like everyone had for collabs until Lethal Company came out. And it was like the big thing where it's like, hey, Among Us night, guys. Hey, you got Among Us on your phone? I remember one time we were sitting around, I don't know what type of family occasion it was, but it was a family occasion, and I think we were tired of playing Jackbox. I didn't put that on the tier list because I just remembered it existed at that moment. So rip. But I remember I remember everyone being like, "Oh, we got all our phones. Oh, you guys can install Among Us. Oh, you guys want to play some Among Us?" And then we played Among Us for like an hour, and it was just kind of quirky because no one really knew what they were doing. So the Among Us veterans were cooking, and it's like, yo, I ain't sus, guys. I'm Among Us. But yeah, Among Us, pretty fun in itself. I'm not sure if it's that fun anymore. I haven't played it in a while. You know, maybe the lads can hit me up, be like, hey, time for some Among Us. Be like, oh, your boys Among Us. But yeah, anyway, next is Animal World, the game that I don't think Donkey made, but I think he sponsored it. That's how I found out about the game, from Big Mo. And it's a pretty cool Metroidvania. It has a lot of style to it, lots of a lovely vibe and all that. However, it's kind of because it's innate, the kind of genre it is. It's a Metroidvania, but not like the I fight. I fight things kind of Metroidvania, and more like I jump around things Metroidvania. And I don't really like those as much as the fighting. Like, Hollow Knight is just so peak that unfortunately Animal World didn't reach the peaks of that Hollow Knight did for me. However, it still had it had a very has a very pretty atmosphere, and the combos you can do with the different items is very creative. Very creative game. Good on them, that being their first game. Very like polished. Not a whole lot wrong with it. I just was like, I'm gaming. Like I played it, and I was like, I don't really have like a nagging feeling to go back and play it again anytime soon. Any game that's above this one, I'd like play again. Or like if it's a game that you can like play indefinitely, then it'd be like, yeah, I play it indefinitely. But still alright. Anything that's like above like an enjoyable and above, like yeah, spend money on that. And then for these two, be like wait for a huge steep discount, and then these ones just like ignore. Or like if I put like a joke in there, like I don't know, TFT, then it's like play at your own risk. You're giving them more than just money when you play TFT. When you log into a TFT game, you're just, I don't know, you're cooked. What is actually sad is that there's something kind of interesting about it is TFT, is that the Chinese version of TFT gets so much cooler skins than the rest of the world, and I have no idea why. Like, why is it that the TFT Chinese version for League of Legends just gets like better skins? Riddle me that one. Good on them. Maybe it's because they have more gambling or something, or they get more money. Apparently China has a really big gambling problem in terms of all the games have like more gambling transactions than anything else. But I'm not Chinese, so I actually wouldn't really know the full length of that. But who knows? Could be true, could be not. Could be Fumo. But yes, and then Apex Legends. I think I'm pretty bad at this one now. But this one, okay, so it would be in peak if they kept the arena 3v3 game mode. But because they removed it, it's now like it loses out on what it could have been. That was like all my greatest moments of Apex. Be like, hey, Apex would run arena, because arena is so much better than battle royale. Because battle royale, you gotta like, you just spend ages picking up weapons, and then you just get shot dead, and it's like, oh cool. Like you spend like half an hour running around a map only for like maybe like a 1 minute encounter sometimes. That's just the fault of battle royales in general, which is why I always like landing where people are so I can get like into it right away. But yeah. But the arena, it was like you could run into people, but you all had the same equipment, so there wasn't like a balancing issue in terms of they grabbed better stuff from the royale-ness of a game. So yeah, that's why the arena was so peak. I think I got to like a kinda high rank of gold. No, I think it was platinum actually. It was either plat or probably gold. Big deal here. I know. Especially on the Australian server. Hold on, I'm gonna drink water. And yeah, but that was but I got rid of that game mode for some reason. I guess no one played it. Actually, no, I was on the Singaporean server because no Australians played Apex. Like for some reason, the queue times are like half an hour long if you're in Australia trying to play, unless you're playing on like. Actually, even peak times it's pretty long. So yeah, I just connect to Singapore instead. So it was gold on the Singapore server. But yeah, the Apex was pretty good, and then they got rid of the cool game mode, and then it's like they still add in the rotating game modes, which have like some pretty good ones, like the big capture the flag, and like whole battle arena one. But it rotates, and then they also put in like the lamer ones, like the gun run and whatnot. I don't really like those ones as much. So yeah, hit or miss, but yeah, pretty fun overall. I would go play that again. In fact, maybe one day we'll bring back Apex stream. Apex was the very first game I ever streamed. Whenever I did on my first stream that was like on Twitch like many years ago, So a bit of sentiment. Actually, was it the first one or was it Cuphead? I don't know. Either one. All right. Next is Balloons Tower Defense 6. This game is like really peak and but like not actually peak. Extremely fun. It would be better if I had it on phone because I feel like playing it on PC is kind of like it doesn't. I don't know. I like it a lot better on the phone because it can run. It runs really well on it, right? When you play on a PC, I feel like it's like a bit overpowered for Balloons Tower Defense game, but it's still pretty peak, pretty good time. When you get them level ups, it's like, oh, you're cooking. The only thing is though, once you like do everything, but that's just with any game. Once you do everything, then it gets like not as good anymore. But yeah, I like Balloons Tower. Actually, I don't like it as much as the fifth one. I don't think I have any of the other ones on. The fourth one is my favorite because I just remember such good times when you could play it on your phone. You'd do apocalypse mode. You'd build like on the like Christmas cookie level. You'd build a bunch of sun monkeys, leave it on overnight, and you'd be around surviving. And because it was apocalypse or whatever, the rounds would automatically play. So like you'd just wake up with like unlimited gold basically, and there was like no way for you to ever lose unless you purposely lost yourself. I think my brother did that once with Balloons Tower Defense 4, and because he had it like on for like a few weeks and he had spike factories even when he removed all his towers because he wanted to finally like end, it still took a while for the blimps to get past all the spikes because of how it was. But I think he just used that to level up every single unit because he could just place out a unit he never used and eventually it would be like maxed out, and then they just go like everything, and I'm like, oh, that was so peak. But yeah, that was pretty good. Balloons Tower Defense. Well, Balloons Tower Defense 6 is also pretty peak. The balloons just in general is just a fun time. Although, like, I don't like the challenge ones where they restrict towers because, like, nah, let me just play Wizard Monkey. But at the same time, it's pretty good to get an experience on all monkeys. My favorite is Wizard Monkey, obviously. My favorite one to use. It does the lightning, the laser, and I think in this one it does like a lot more. I think it like has like 3 different versions of it. One of them like summons dead balloons. Unless that was from the fifth one. I can't actually remember the fifth and sixth, but I have 6 on my Steam because I think it was only like $1, and I'm like, whoa, that's a bargain for a balloons game. I don't know if actually, let me just check Steam real quick. Is Balloons Tower Defense 5 on Steam? Because if so, I might get that one as well. Hold on. Balloons Tower Defense. Oh, I spelled Balloons Tower Defense. Wait, did I spell it wrong? And it's not okay. Interesting. Oh, Sag. Alright, Ace Attorney. I've only played like half of this one. Like I did the first game, it's a trilogy, and the first time was like peak. The reason why I haven't done the second or third game yet is because the first one was so peak, and I know the next ones are gonna be peak, and I'll spend like a lifetime chasing after that. So that's gonna be one of those games I want to finish when I'm like, I'm ready to accept that I'll no longer face peak. But it's not in GOATs of gaming history yet because it hasn't. I haven't finished it yet, but eventually I will. The first game though was such a great time. It made me feel. My only problem was because I came off Danganronpa and was wanting another Danganronpa, and it's not really like Danganronpa at all. That's why it'd be like, oh, it's a mystery and you got to solve the thing. It's like yeah and no. It's very very different in terms of themes and everything. Also in this one, for the first 2 to 3 levels, you already know who the killer is, because they like show you it. It's not a mystery, and then you just got to prove it to like everyone else. But then the final like episode of the game was like so peak. Not like the extra one they did. I mean the one with like the Eastwood guy and whatnot, and spoilers for that one, but how like the guy you were going after was trying to frame him for like a murder he didn't do or something. And it was like all the stuff they had to bring back, like cases from what's it called, ages ago, like I think like what, like 40 or 30 years ago. It was pretty big, pretty convoluted, very hype though. And at the end, we like solve everything, and then the guy like that killed Eastwood's dad without him realizing it, finally gets caught because he was like a also like a prosecutor, and so prosecutors could like do corruption. Isn't that epic? How based of the Japanese court game to let everyone know that the courts were corrupt. But yeah, still pretty peak. Alright, next we got Absolute Cinema, the first gacha game. Oh, and let me pet the Fumos. Fumos are gonna get regularly patted because we've been neglecting them a little bit in terms of pats. People haven't been asking for pats, and that's alright because we pat the Fumos for them. But yeah, where is it? Oh, Blue Archive. Blue Archive is actually great. I haven't read the story once. That's how you know it. I only read the character interactions. The story, it could be about whatever, whoever. I got no idea because I hit that skip button and I collect my gems for gacha pools. However, I like the character interactions, and I forgot the name. I think it's like I can't pronounce it. It's the orange hair Engi one that I think is part of like the Bunny Cafe or something. I think they're my favorite character, and then second favorite is I think it's Mutsuri or something. The white hair Gubu kind of character that's mischievous, very mischievous, but very funny. And that's what you need in your gacha game, is a bit of mischief and a bit of humor. I don't know why I got an anime opening in my head. But yeah, we'll put this up as a great time. If you like gacha games, play it. I haven't played it for a little while because they haven't had any banners I care about. Excuse me. Whenever with gacha games, if I only play them like heavily, if they have like a banner that I'm like invested in. If they don't got a banner I don't care about, I don't really play them as much. Alright, next we got Deltarune. The reason why it's like that is because I don't know, it's just how it shows up on Steam. It's like Undertale, but like I haven't finished it yet, but so I'll put it extremely fun. But it's got the makings to be peak. Because, Sans Undertale comes back for more under and more tail, more Sans, if you will. But, yeah, but we'll have to see how they end it and whatnot. If the ending of the entire thing ends up... I don't think they'll drop the ball, because I trust the... and someone, before... my brain. I just. Oh, I don't even know what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, that's right. Undertale person. You can't even. Stream is struggling. The Undertale person. He did such a great job with Undertale. I can't imagine he'd drop the ball here. But I imagine when you got the world's eyes watching you, it's pretty hard to make a sequel. Same with Silk Song. I imagine those devs now have like the expectations of like millions of people upon them now, when with Hollow Knight they had no expectations, so they could release whatever they want, and they just happened to release like a goat of a game, probably one of the first ones that will go up in there. Alright, next we got Destiny 2, right? So that's a pretty easy waste of space. I would have put it in, would rather sleep in Fire Ant's nest, because as I'd say, fire ants aren't very nice. I don't want to become fire of ant. But unless it was still very sweet fire ants, then maybe. But man, Destiny 2, such a garbage game. Okay, my problem with it is that it's like not even like, why would you make your game free if it's not even free? Like, it's like, it's like, just call it as it is and call it a trial. I got the Witcher Queen DLC and whatnot, and two other ones for free, because they had it on Epic Games. So and like the combat is whatever. I reckon. All right, so this is how they could have made Destiny 2 like peak. Like I watched I Hate Everything's video on all the Destiny expansions, and I actually was looking forward to playing like Destiny 2's like starting campaign thing, because I thought, oh yeah, because his complaint was that it's just like aim down sights and shoot and whatnot, and I think that's quite kind of fun, like a bit monkey brain but fun. So that wouldn't bother me at all. And it looked like it sounded very cool. And I like a game that like the guns do sound and feel very cool. That's the one thing. However, they're attached to a Destiny game, and Destiny, ugh. I don't know. There's like this is how like I'd personally fix it. Just do what Genshin does. Just put on a gacha thing. Actually, there's already gacha mechanics. I'm pretty sure with the crates. Just put on more gacha. But like make it so like the expansions come out there free. Because I think it's kind of wild that like you gotta pay $80 every so often, and then like in a year's time they'll just delete like half of the like imagine paying $80 for a game and they just delete that like a year later. Like, oh buddy, it'd be like if Genshin just deleted Inazuma's whole area because oops, we don't have enough space. Hee 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 tee hee hee hee. Always thought that was so like dumb. Like, just make more space. I don't know. Or like I don't know, make another game. It's not. It's I don't know, but yeah, just make it. So here's what I do: make it actually free, make the release things free, and just gacha for like weapons or something. They would actually. I'd argue they'd make even more money, or just make the gacha skins. Why not just do that? But yeah, it's quite an expensive game to get into, and it's not even like that worth it from what I've played and what I've heard. Like The Witcher Queen was apparently the greatest DLC they ever made because it had difficulty and stuff. You know, these are the same people that like same company that did Halo, right? Can't imagine it's the same people though, because I can't imagine the people who made some of the greatest FPSs of all time would make a Destiny 2. But you never know. Like I imagine they'd just be riding off the coattails of the death of the people. But yeah, so Destiny 2. Alright, I didn't think I'd put anything in Waste of Space, but I forgot Destiny 2 was here, so that was pretty high. Good thing I put that there. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend playing that. I think I used to know someone that was so invested in that game, and I thought, man, of all the games to be into, like, yeah, I play Genshin, so I can't talk, but like, ugh, like just I don't know, but you know what they say, gamers fall asleep if your video game doesn't have either a gun or a ball. All right, next we got Devotion. This is it's like it's a spooky game, a short spooky game. We streamed it, I think, on Halloween last year. Goobooween, I think I called it, or if I didn't call it, that's what I'm gonna call it now, Goobooween. But yeah, it was pretty extremely fun, very well crafted. Really makes you feel like I think it was Taiwan. It was set in. It was either Taiwan or China. Makes you feel like you're in either one of those countries, which is pretty epic. I get a, yo guys, time to the spookiest place on Earth, China. But no, it's actually a pretty good game. Very lovely, very good graphics. Not that spooky for a spooky game, which I kind of like. Like it's more like got like a deep theme around it rather than whoa jump scare. I think whoa jump scare is probably the worst kind of horror to ever exist in terms of spooks or whatnot. The spooky, that probably is like the worst kind of video game spookiness, if that makes sense. Horror game makes you go bruh. But where is it? Oh yeah, but yeah, extremely fun. This one was very well. I recommend everyone play at least once. You have to get it on the Red Candles of a great game studio. You got to get it off their official website. And then yeah, we have another game of. I think we might have two more games of them. They've only made 3 games, and I've played them all. So yeah, they're truly a studio of all time to release. They've released nothing but bangers. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, next we got probably the first. Actually, I already have one of peak, and the next peak game, Feeding Frenzy, my childhood. I remember Xbox 360 arcade, Feeding Frenzy. When like at the start of the game, you're getting, you gotta look out for the Barracuda sharks. But then at the end of the game, you become a Barracuda shark. Oh, I forgot to add that one game. I think it's like the Pharaoh's ball throwing game or something. Oh, that game was so. Maybe Xbox Arcade in general was pretty peak with that. What was that firework game? It was that firework game that like shoots. The one where you like go to. It's like basically your rhythm game. Boom Boom Rocket. That's it. Did that awaken anyone? You hear the words Boom Boom Rocket. Peak gaming at that era. It went downhill from Feeding Frenzy. They created Feeding Frenzy, and that's it. Nothing after Feeding Frenzy has ever been able to, capture that fish hype. But yeah, I just remember being like, whoa. You first no, it was like no. First you got chased by these sharks, and at the end you're eating them. Like I think you become a killer whale, like you start off as like that fish there, and then in the later levels you become a killer whale. I also remember the Surfs Up game demo, and I don't know why they just had the demo, but it was that was definitely a game of all time. The Surfs Up demo. Never ever played the full version of that game. I've ever played the demo, and the demo was enough. Anyway, Baltro, this is a recent game, so it won't have recency bias because I'm not that biased, or am I? Yeah. But yeah, this one was alright. This is a fun time. It's all actually pretty fun. It says it's like the same itch as any type of gambling game. Actually, not gambling. What's the thing? Roguelites, where you want to just keep trying and trying to get a perfect run. I haven't reached the peaks of it yet. I imagine it will go up higher once I've played like more of it. I haven't been able to get like the crazy combos. So when I get the crazy combos, I'll definitely be able to that's when the chef will be in the kitchen making some ramen, cooking up a storm. But like, still, what I've only played I think like an hour of it so far, or 2 hours, and those have been some pretty good 2 hour fun. As the same, and actually I like Slave Aspire more because I get to play as Toho characters. If Valkyrie has a Toho mod, which it might, I gotta check, then I might boost it up because I'll play it like Toho mod. Toho mods just make games better. That's just rule of thumb. Like Feeding Frenzy would be GOAT if it had, I don't know, you gotta play as Marissa. Oh no, you gotta play as Yukuri and you were taking it easy and eating things, or like as a Fumo and you eat burger. Alright, next we got Fumo Racing. I think we'll let the Fumos pick this one. What do you Fumos think? What do you think, Carson Fumo? You're quite a gamer. We also got Gubu Gaming in live Fumo Can. That's pretty exciting. And Booney. And Orin. Which one? Of course, Fumo Racing is the greatest game of all time. I need to go to the toilet real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll talk all about the greatness that is Fumo Racing. So, I won't be long. Alright, I am back, Fumo. Yeah, Fumo Racing, certified. Actually, the only thing that's stopping it from being like the best game ever made is multiplayer capabilities. But I imagine, if the dev person keeps it up, they'll either they'll be implemented. But like it is, I think it's just one person making it. I think it would be hard to keep open Fumo servers for Fumo Racing. But like, yeah, Fumo Racing goes hard. Such a great time. I think my favorite thing is the Roombas. Roombas I think are pretty OP. And it has Barker in it. Kind of actually, my only problem is I think there's no Kush Fumo. So yeah, add in a Kush Fumo, and like all the other characters would be golden. But they got Booney, and they got Tway, and they got Barker. Barker, spokesperson of the Fumo. And I think they got Gubu as well. Gubu and Bugu, or maybe they just got Bugu. I'm not sure if Gubu's in there. We'll have to check it out later. What do you think, Gubu? Yeah, Fumo Racing. Fun for the whole family. Alright, Jedi Knights Outcast. This game is so peak. Like, low-key. Yeah, definitely peak. I'm not sure if it's the greatest game of all time because there are some, like, level bugs which just make certain things really annoying to do. Might stream this one, though. I haven't played it on the computer in a long time, and I don't have it anymore. But, like, I might just get it off Steam. And then I saw that you could download, like, mods to remaster the graphics and whatnot. So that could be even more fun. But yeah, I remember it's peak, and then like the mods you could, like the cheats you can use were even more cooler. Like you can get the unlimited force and like super leveled up force powers as well. You'd get like purple lightning, all this stuff. I think my only problem was I really like some puzzles in the game were so confusing. I think there was one level where you had to fuel up the some ship for Lando. I could not find that. I don't think I've ever been able to complete that level legitimately. In fact, I think every time I get up to that level, I just skip. I just skip it because I'm like, yep, I don't know where it is, and I've never found it. But then after that level is like the best level ever, the Bespin one. The two Bespin levels are so peak because you got the Oh, welcome. We got the you got the Bespin level where you get to fight like three Jedi. No, for not Jedi, three Sith at all different moments. Like that's when they start having Sith fights. That was so peak. The game really picks up when you get the lightsaber. Actually, thinking about I'll probably try. We might stream that for like the next game to play because we finished Elden Ring almost. We just got to do like a few extra bosses. Actually, every boss currently is extra because we killed Elden Beast. I guess we didn't do Consort Radahn, but oh boy, do I hate Consort Radahn with like a passion. What a stinky boss. But yeah, Jedi Knights Outcast 2. I never played the first one. I don't know if I have the first one. I got some Jedi Knights game, and I think I played the first scene, and it was like so like it didn't work just because of like it was outdated, and my computer was like nah. So I couldn't really see it that well. Alright, next we got a Toho game. I don't know which one this is, so let me just check my list. Where is it? Wait, this isn't in order. What Toho game? Which Toho one is that? Can anyone tell me what that one looks like? Is that Lunatic Kingdom? Let me just type in. So it is Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. Alrighty, this is the first proper Toho game I played. Very what a inspiration. What a terrible experience for my brain. How welcome in selfie. Hello. But what a game. I'm putting it an alright experience. Like the world's great, but man, if you're a Toho fan and you haven't played the games and you don't like bullet hells, well, you're not in for a good time. Clown Piece was rough. I think I streamed the whole 2-hour fight. It took me 2 hours, I think, to beat Clown Piece. And then I just went, yeah, that's enough. And then I have slowly but surely been playing more Toho games, and I've actually been able to finish one of them without, like, dying. So that was pretty, like, high patch, like, on normal difficulty. So that was actually pretty like hype. Good on Zun for make. I think that was Toho 7. So good on him for making Toho 7 playable for the average player. Unfortunately, all the other games are like pain and misery mixed into one. Dun, 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 dun. Proceed to Fumo Fumo, and yeah, and you will be okay. Life lesson right there. But what's next? Oh, this game is so peak. Where's peak? A lot of Star Wars games are going in peak. This one, oh, you gotta go dark. It's like a Star Wars RPG. You gotta pick light side or dark side. Dark side, you have like a harder time because all the best characters are light side. When you go dark side ending, you just have to have like these dumb robots, and then the Sith lady. They're your only source of damage. Light side, because you kill all your other companions, of course, because they all want to do, they all want to be good Jedi and stop the bad guy. Where our goal is to take over the bad guy. They introduced so many like broken force powers in this that now that I think about it, might be like what narrative changing, like force battle meditation, where a person can just like meditate or something over a battle and they can decide the outcome by that, like not the fighters who are controlling it at all, just like that person using the force will like decide whether they win or lose. And I'm like, that's kind of overpowered and whatnot. And also had that really spooky fish, and you had like, I like the game had like many different ways to get things. There was obviously like exploits and stuff, and you could just exploit to get all your dark side force points. Also, all the dark side force powers are more OP in a way. Actually, no, the light side one. Actually, the game wants you to go light side with all the good stuff you get from going light side. Like the force heal is just so peak, and like other force abilities. But the dark side has like force drain, which is also okay. But I will say the first part of the games are a bit slow. Like once you get your force powers and your lightsaber and whatnot, that's when the game really starts cooking. It takes a little bit to get there, but once you're there, you're cooking. Also, the ship you have in the game is so memorable. Love the design of it that I can still think about today and know almost what it looks like. I think it's called the Ebon Hawk or whatever. Lovely ship design. Lovely story. I just remember the ending, and like you take out the bad guy and you get his like Sith, because I went dark side, and you get like the Sith troops themselves, and you usher in your new empire. There's also the scene where the guy's like cool big battleship does a bombardment on the planet and blows up like the city, just trying to get rid of you for some reason. I think it's because we're special, and I guess he had a right to fear us because we took him out in the end. But yeah, that was really cool. I really liked that as well. I'm like, oh, that's cinema. I'm not sure if it breaks a lot of Star Wars canon or whatnot. It's not like Force Unleashed that like destroys Star Wars canon, if it was like canon at all. But it isn't, so that's kind of got a silver lining to it. And so we've got Star Wars Complete Saga, obviously one of the greatest games ever made. Hello, Yaki. This is, this game, I don't think anyone could disagree of Star Wars The Complete Saga being a bad game. This game changes lives now. Getting all the mini kits and whatnot, so much fun. I think I just have it I think I don't have it on computer actually. I have it on Xbox or whatnot. I remember one Christmas, because Christmas was hype. So like to wait for Christmas because you're awake early, you'd just load up and do like a super story mission of Star Wars: A Complete Saga, finish that, and voila, Christmas had arrived. That was pretty high, but yeah, such a great game. Always fun to complete it here and there. A lot better than the Skywalker Saga. I really don't like this guy. This is probably like the peak of Lego gaming, because they just did so many, like I don't think there's anything wrong that in the game. Like I like how you collect I don't like the new standard of like open world Lego style game where you have to like go around and collect things like that, and the levels are just small mini things. I prefer it where the levels are the main focus and you got to get the collectibles within the level in like free play after completing it on story mode. That's what I like. And I remember there was like that one canister that's hidden in the corner that's always hard to get. Now, yeah. Alright, Battlefront 2. Also, this is the classic version. Now, this game is also peak. I think they've brought back the online servers for it because they released the terrible Steam port again that, like, was $50 and ran garbagely. Like, I don't know if they fixed it now or not, but it's always a good way to destroy your game by launching it horribly. But this is like 2005 classic. Now that was peak. I'm not sure if I have the first one here, but the first one I think I liked even more. But this one was peak because I like the multiplayer, doing fighting people. You place your mines in the big bridge area, they'd walk on it, blow up. We'd also do some LAN things, I think, with like my brothers and whatnot. I'm pretty sure we played this game, we versed each other in this, or were able to set up multiplayer. That was also pretty fun as well. And then you get to play like as Jedis and whatnot. I like that Mos Eisley Jedi vs Sith. For some reason, without fail, the Jedi like always win. It's pretty hard to play. Like, even though the Sith have like a lot cooler characters, for some reason it's just like hard for them to win. It must be the AI or something. But yeah, oh, such a great game. And the story was actually really hard. That one mission where you got to protect the books from blowing up, I had to look up guides on how to beat that. I figured out the guide was to play engineer, because you could just repair the bookcases if they got blown up. And also your like bombs you planted could blow up the Jedis in one hit. And also your gun was pretty strong. And then you also had the ability to spawn out more ammunition if you ran out. I don't know if any other character had that. So yeah, that's your tips and tricks to beat that one book level. If you played the campaign of Battlefront 2005 Classic, you know what I mean. Laboratory Corporation. Oh, this is another peak game. This is by Project Moon. This is before they made Runia. Is Runia next? No, it's not. This game, you know, this game's hard. This game makes, you know, this is like it's like a, I don't know, what do you call a managing simulator game, but like tuned up to like 1,000 in terms of skill level. It's a rough game to play. I had to turn on, you know what? I'll admit it. I had to turn on cheats to complete it, and even with cheats, I still lost. So that goes like these cheats being unlimited health, unlimited like everything, so like my characters couldn't die, and yet this game still has creatures in it that can kill your characters that have unlimited HP. I was baffled by that. I'm like, wow. So yeah, it's a very hard game, but very lovely story, very interesting, very good art direction. I like it kind of has a bit of like SCP Foundation in terms of like its creatures you collect and can read about. I just thought overall presentation and everything was very interesting. You don't need to play Runia, but it is a good like backdrop. You get to see like Angela's plight and how like Angela was like based off a real person called Angela as well that was also trying to build a corporation. Although Runia, like, it gives a bit of context for Runia, but like actually playing Runia before this one made this one make more sense to me than if I didn't. But yeah, very peak. Any game that's in here, you must play now. You must go play Feeding Frenzy. Battlefield 1. I haven't played enough of this yet to really get a idea of it, but I'm having a great time with it so far. It is just like, it does make me laugh how it's trying to like. This is just how detached I am because it's a video game, and it's like, you know, it's World War. It's one of the world wars, and it's like, wow. I think it's World War One, right? The war to end all wars didn't end nothing. Rip. But yeah, it's like, I don't know if the quotes are real or not. They come off as really fake. The way it's like my brother, my slime, Connor or something, you know. And I don't know why. It just made me laugh. It's like, oh, this is such a this is so deep and whatnot. It's war. War never changes. And I'm just like, like, I like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign more so far. And that one felt like, I'm like, yeah, I really don't like this Russian guy. Get him out of here. And this one is kind of just like, yeah. Although it did the one part that did get me was when they like in the very start mission when they brought out the flamethrowers. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. That's actually would be very scary. Like imagine like guns are bad enough and tanks, and then you also got to deal with flamethrowers. I'm like, oh, like there's a reason why they were banned. I think after were they banned during World War I or after World War I? I'm not a war nerd. I know someone that is, so I could just message them sometime if I am really curious, or I could also just Google it. Oh, peak. Another goat, if you will. This is the game that makes you go, I am gaming. The game video journalists hate. If you guys remember when this game came out, that one video of that journalist that couldn't make the easiest jump known to man, that I think like even like a pigeon was able to do. That was rough. I don't think did they ever beat it, or was it just they took a long time? I can't fully remember. I think it just took them a long time and then they eventually did it. And this was a tutorial mission. Like, yeah, Cuphead's a hard game, but not that hard. And actually, if you just stick with spread shot, like before they updated it, where you could like do the switching thing, that was like pretty fun to speedrun because you could beat the game in under an hour with the switching mechanic. Of course, they updated that because that's like overpowered as. But still, it's not as fun to speedrun. But it's such a great game. I really hate that B level. That B level will forever be like, bruh. The Medusa level is also pretty painful for like that final area where you can get stone frozen and just be forced to hit a thing, and it's like, rip. Like you did have a choice. You could have like positioned better, but it was like, it's not as much in your favorite. But like, good thing that phase, you just prepare yourself a big bomb for that phase and it's over pretty quick. Yeah, Cuphead's pretty fun. I sometimes just do a round of it if I'm feeling a bit bored. Might even do that tonight. I got it. And also the DLC. Actually, the DLC I didn't really have that much of an opinion on. Actually, it wasn't that memorable to me. Like, I don't really remember any of the bosses except for the snow one. But like the base game, I thought was like so amazing. So yeah, Benny and the Ink Machine. This is an alright experience. I think I got lost a lot of the times, and when I get lost in your game, I don't like it. And yeah, I get lost in this one. It's meant to be it's like a little spooky game, and yeah, it did make me jump, which that's pretty cringe to admit. It's like, oh no, not the comic book thing. I think there's a stream clip of me like chasing the projector or something and being like, oh guys, you gotta be sneaky or else he hears you or something. I was like making a joke, and then I turn around and he was just like directly just like facing me like, bruh. And I was like, what? That's like, someone's gotta find that. That was funny. I'm not sure if it exists anymore. That was funny. If you were there for that Twitch stream, I think Yaki might have been there. I don't think anyone else was. So yeah, that was some cinema if I ever heard of it. All right, Deadlock. I don't want to play. Like, my friend lives and swears by how like I'll have such a great time with this game. They're like, it's Overwatch and League of Legends mixed together. But the thing is, I like my League of Legends and Overwatch separate. I don't like this game at all. I was put in pretty bad because the mechanics work. I also haven't played enough of it to really give it a fair score. Like, yeah, I played 3 games in it. I died like 15 times, got like 2 kills. So yeah, that's just me being bad. But if I'm bad at your game, I'm not gonna like your game. But there are some games I'm bad at that I like. So, But yeah, that's not one of them, unfortunately. Shame. Alright, so this is a mediocre game that I have like 300 hours in, and it's the Bleach gacha game. The reason why it's mediocre is because it's like not even like the good. It's a better gacha game than maybe turn-based, but I just put it on auto battle. And cook and all that. Like, I am not like chefing when it comes to actually like doing things and whatnot. It's not a game I wouldn't it's not a game I'd recommend. I just play it because you get heaps of gacha pools, and if you're a fan of slot machines, I reckon you should play it. If you don't like slot machines, then don't play it. But all my slot machine enjoyers, this game's for you, the Bleach one, and I still will play it from time to time. I'll just log in like every so often, get like my rewards for like being like coming back to the game. And yeah, again though, if they have like a really cool band, actually I kind of grown out of this game though a little bit. This game is like, the thing is, it's got such like I've played this game has such like a long lifetime, because a year I played a lot on Steam, but I used to have an account on like my tablet ages ago that I'd like play like a lot of, because I just like the grind of the gacha. Actually maybe, but yeah, it is mediocre, but like I'd probably want those 300 hours back and not even know that the game exists, and I'd be fine. But man, my team is pretty strong. I got like the number 1 Aizen unit fully maxed. That was like peak. I don't think they've changed Aizen. If they have, I'm making it make me go boo goo. But if it hasn't, then I'm ugu. Alright, Age of Empires 2. This is another goat. This game so peak. I always remember, like, I think it was like my uncle had this game, so whenever he'd come over with Age of Empires, he'd be like, "Oh, Age of Empires time." Such a great game. Not a whole lot to talk about, just like peak. Also in school, you could like get this game working for some reason. I think people just had it on a USB, and you'd play it, and you'd do the car mod, and then you'd be like so cool. The cars are strong. The cars don't really make much sense. They like comes with like cars with guns, which still I don't think they've been. Do we have cars with guns? We got spy cars like from Cars 2. We need that. Alright, don't account it. So this has a raccoon in it, so that puts it in enjoyable instead of an alright experience. It's pretty short, pretty fun gameplay, pretty cute, and the raccoon I think is called BJ, and I think the raccoon it's either BJ or TJ, and the raccoon's pretty cute, very chunky raccoon. But at the end, you gotta destroy raccoon headquarters, which I thought was pretty sad. Like, let the raccoon capitalists do their raccoon things. The raccoons must exploit the land for their goals and achievements. And I think that we destroyed them at the end because they're putting up all the holes everywhere. And I'm like, oh, rip raccoons. But yeah, very cute game. I think it's like a 2-hour experience or 3-hour experience. So not all games need to be long to have a good time. Alright, Detention. This game's pretty good. I put it in the same spot as Devotion. I needed to follow a guide to complete it, due to the fact that it's a spooky game as well. The story is really good. It's about I think it's either China during some war. I think it's Taiwan when it's under the occupation of China during, I can't believe which war it was, but it was one of the wars. And yeah, it's pretty good game. Very deep story. I actually don't want to spoil all the twists and turns that I have. I recommend you play it if you can handle. It's not that like it has a bit of like scenes where it's like ooh, or like it has interesting spooks in terms of like it doesn't like go in your face like whoa, oh it's me, it's the spooky monster. Ooh. No, it does what's it called? It just it chills. It's like more like and then you think deeper about what it's telling you, and you're like, wow, that is truly spooky. Actually, there was some scenes that really like that got me personally, but it's just my kind of like thing that spooks me, which is like a really, I don't know what you call it, but it's like when you I don't know what you call it. I don't know what the kind of spook you call it, but it's like I don't know how to describe it. Like, I guess like it comes off a bit like coloring book-y. I don't know. Like sudden movements of things that move in erratic ways. That like, if anyone's seen, what's that anime? What's the anime? Yami Shibai. If anyone's seen the final episode of season 1 of Yami Shibai, whatever that is, that's the thing that gets me sometimes. I don't know why. Even thinking it now, I'm like, oh, spooky. It's just, I guess, like erratic, unnatural movements. But like, but like, if it was like done by like humans, if it's done like alien, then it's like, oh, it's just alien movement. But like if it's done by humans, I think, I don't know. Anyway, next is Force Unleashed. That's pretty peak. That's just some good Star Wars fun. You can't tell me you haven't played Star Force Unleashed and had a bad time. Absolute cinema. Star Killer, such a edgy name. Like, bro, that is like, it's like peak Star Wars edge, and you get to kill the Emperor, or you get to kill Darth Vader in the bad ending, and also you pick that for a match. And there's the one level, the Wookiee level, that I'm like really good at. I beat the game on its hardest difficulty, and that Wookiee level is like my magnum opus. I can do that in one try every time. I remember, I think me, my brother, my other brother were all like competing to see who could get, well, I don't think we were competing, but we were all playing the game on its hardest difficulty, and I was like the one called upon to do the Kashyyyk level, because I was just really good at the Kashyyyk level on its hardest difficulty. I also like beat this boss, the Bespin boss guy, in that one first try, and annoyed my brother because he like struggled with that one a lot. I remember that though. That was pretty funny. Although I think in the end though, he had to carry the playthrough to do the he was really good at the Darth Vader fight because there was a lot of button mashing, and I wasn't very good at that. But yeah, and he always because the Darth Vader fight is easier than the Emperor fight. The Emperor fight's a bit too hard because of the you need like perfect precision with the timing, but with Darth Vader one you just need to like button mash real quick. Yeah, peak. I don't know if we have the second game on here. Oh, we do. We'll just do that one real quick. Put it one below. It's not as good. Like if it was longer, it would be in the same, but it's too short to really like. Yeah, it still does some cool things and whatnot. It does add to the spectacle, but like nothing really beats the pulling the Star Destroyer out of the sky. Like, come on. If that ain't cinema, I don't know what is. That's some good water. That's some good funky water. Tomorrow you guys are gonna find out what funky water's made out of. Really gonna make your mind blown. You're gonna be like, whoa, are you telling me all that water's funky? And I'm gonna be like, yes. Next we got Forza 2 Motorsports. Now this game, it might just be nostalgia to call it peak, but it's peak. That one New York level where it's like a fast straight down and you gotta turn. This one came with my copy of Forza 2 came with like, it was like back when Xbox 360 had like the discs where they put like 2 games on one thing for some reason, and it was like that and Viva Pinata, 2 like amazing games now. And I wish I was trying to get Viva Pinata to get on Steam, and it doesn't exist, and I was like so saddened by that, because man, that was peak Viva Pinata. Viva Pinata ran so Animal Crossing could walk, is all I gotta say. Also, actually we'll talk more about Viva Pinata when it comes up. But yeah, this game, when you got the F1 Formula race cars, you were cooking. There was this really ugly green tank one, and then the Ferrari that had terrible handling, so the ugly green tank one was better. But yeah, that was just a great game. That was fun. And then there was the best driver was David something. You would hire him, and he'd just leave the Xbox on, and he would like complete the race, and you'd get enough gold and XP to like move on or something. Next we've got not just a game, but a lifestyle of Genshin Impact. Nah, I'm joking. I don't know how to put this, because it's not like I'm playing it. What does that even mean, Yaki? It's like man, it's pretty fun. It's like I play it so much. It's more like a lifestyle than a game. I gotta add it into like we'll put it in its own tier list at row below, because it's more like a lifestyle. than anything. Genshin Impact. Like once you're locked into Genshin Impact, if you're committed to actually like playing the game, like when I mean locked in, like I mean like you just play it like Yaki. I also have Zenless Zero on the list here. I think it's at the bottom, yeah, here. So yeah, you'll get to hear my thoughts about that later and how great of a game that is. But yeah, this was such a this game is a lifestyle. Once you're locked in for life. And let me tell you, it's a journey and an adventure. The amount of like highs and lows I felt in this game, and I'm not talking about story wise, I'm talking about the gambling wise. I remember, now this is gonna sound real sad, now this is gonna make you guys go, wow. I remember being so upset. I lost 50-50 on, I can't remember which banner it was, but I remember being so like I genuinely like had tears because I was like so annoyed. Like, and then I think I went to bed after like, why can't this game give me the character? And then the next day I did another 10 pull and got him, and I was like, whoa, Doki Doki game. I think it was the water sword guy. It was like my first time playing the game as well. I've had other reactions as well. That lately though I haven't been playing it as much because I've been on that Fumo grind. And I haven't been able to enjoy my gutches as much. Tomorrow, there might not be a stream because I want to play Star Rail's new update. So yeah, that could be a thing. So I'm just letting you guys know now. And I don't think I'll stream it on the Discord. How about that? That'll be the compromise for the Star Rail update. Because I wanna do that in one day. But yeah, the Genshin is a lifestyle. Go on to fishing now. This was a very special game given to me by a very special person, Mr. Yaki himself. He woke up one day and he went, Christmas time. You know what Raccoon wants for Christmas? Fishing. And I had Kush Fumo. Wait, hold on. We're talking about fishing game. Who's gonna visit? None other than Kush. Did you see that? They were very excited because fishing was mentioned. And I like bouncing happily on my desk. Oh, that's so cute. If I bounce it like that, it looks a little chubby. I really like whoever invented Fumo bouncing was such a smart person. It's very cute. I don't think there's any other plush that are like as great as Fumo's. I don't think any other plush can really come close to the greatness. Okay, anyway, that's enough about Fumo's for now. Go on fishing, and it's a great time. Wait, there it is. It's a good time. I enjoy the fishing game when I do it. My only problem is that I think it's like timed, kind of like you can only play it so much a day before you run out of like the fish you can catch, and then like you have to wait until you can catch more of the type of fish. It's kind of strange in that way, but you know, fish is fish. But yeah, very good, very sweet fishing game. I enjoyed it a lot when I played it. So yeah, I think it's a banger, that's for sure. So yeah, Yaki, that's a good one. Lego Indiana Jones. Oh, this one is where's Lego? Oh, it's up there. This one it's not a lifestyle. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it a bit. But not as much as, for some reason I really like this is a unpopular opinion apparently, but I really like the second game of Indiana Jones a lot more than the first one, just because I think it's the one I played first, and then I played that one and just was like, oh, this is nothing like the first one. I like the first one a lot more. That was my exact thoughts. People, apparently the correct opinion is the opposite, but I just thought, like the collectibles, like I finished both 100% completion. I just like the collectibles more in the second one. Library of Runia. Oh, do I need to say more? then one of the greatest games of all time. Might even be my strong contender for the best game ever made. It's what the thumbnail's from for today's stream. But yeah, this game, if you don't know anything about it, just play it. If you think it doesn't look like a game, the only thing of not playing it is if you hate reading, like reading what to do, because the game's not that, like, the game, people complain about the difficulty in the power spike being like, wow, it gets so hard in Star of City and whatnot. But it's actually, you just gotta read what the units do, and once you do that, it's not that bad. It's just time consuming, and I think the final, like, area is actually pretty rough because you gotta like make so many different teams. You only have so many. You have like a lot. Game gives you a lot of cards and a lot of key pages. It's like it's a deck building game in a way and whatnot. It's pretty fun. But like, it gives you a lot of cards to mess around with, and I like that the final confrontation in the game. I'm not gonna tell you what it is called because it's a big spoiler. But yeah, it's their final confrontations and whatnot is actually pretty well done, in that it forces you to like not just play your same deck you've been playing to do like the final missions, because you have to make separate decks for each combat, and you can't use the same cards. But yeah, it was pretty. Definitely a game that I would actually, one of the few games that I wish my brain was erased from playing so that I could play it again fresh without knowing anything. The story is so immaculate. The OST peak. The singing, one of my favorite singers of all time. And the drawings very epic. So yeah, I really like the art style as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And at the end they go, this is this, that's that, and this is this. It's like, certified bra moment, like, yeah, that's the bra moment, but what can you do? And that's what Library of Runia is all about. Library stuff. Celeste, another go-to-ball game. Probably one of the best, I don't know, is the genre just platformer? Or is it an arcade platformer? Either way, one of the best platformers of all time. The movement is so fluid, and the art style is very lovely pixelated, and then also has like nice drawing parts. Not only that, but it's actually got a very beautiful story, like it's just like a solid game all around. Can't fault it at all. One of the greatest games of all time. If you haven't played it, I suggest you go play it, and if you have played it, you will agree, unless you don't. People, you don't have to agree. You know why? You ain't forced to agree on nothing except for how goo is boo. Oh, we still got a lot to go. Might have to speed run. City Skylines is an alright experience. Like, it's fun until you run out of until you just don't know what you like, why your people are unhappy, and why you can't get power, until you find out that that traffic exists and all your garbage trucks stuck in one area, and then you gotta waste all your money to build a big road for your garbage trucks because they don't know how to turn it, make a right turn, and then everything just goes downhill from there. But it's a pretty fun city management game. We could probably make that and make a Fumo City one stream if you guys want. Before Your Eyes, this is a very lovely story with a very lovely premise. That makes you use your webcam, and you gotta blink and stuff to and it goes. It's a very cool mechanic, very lovely story. Not a game. You need a webcam for the full experience, because they have a version where you can just click to move on, but it's that. It's, the point of the game is that blink and you'll miss it, kinda you blink and it'll go to the next scene. I think that's pretty cool. Civilization. We made Kush's mighty heart. Kush went on a heart-throbbing adventure with this game, didn't she? Yeah, heart-throbbing adventure. It was a great time, I reckon. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. I prefer Age of Empires by a long shot, but I don't mind me some Civilization. Civilization is pretty good. My civilization is my friend. Koosh. Happy Koosh. Wait, where's Snail? Oh, Snail with Barker. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Only COD game I played. And it was pretty fun. I had a good time. The story was actually good. So I was confused on whether it's like that's the only COD game that has a good story, or if they like cook good stories and I've just like been neglecting it. I don't know. I've always heard of COD not being known for its single player, but this one single player, I was invested in taking out the Russian person, and then at the end they're like, I'm making a Marvel team, and then I'm like, oh, apparently it goes downhill from there, and I'm like, oh, that's so sad, because it probably would have been very cool to see like the Marvel team. I do understand why a lot of Americans like this game, and why it's like boys, because it does make you feel like, you know, it was like, we're doing army stuff. It does make you feel a bit of camaraderie. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. And then the multiplayer, I haven't played too much of it, but yeah, it's a pretty great multiplayer. You know, only a few racial slurs instead of many. Pretty epic. All right, next we got, dang it. Oh wow, my throat is getting attacked all of a sudden. Let me drink water. This is what happens when you yap straight on. Takes it out of you. That's alright, you just drink water and you chug on. Danganronpa. This one is the first Danganronpa is like a 7 out of 10 for me, and like it felt like more of like a slog to get through some parts of it, especially since some like for the first trial and third trial, it is so unbelievably obvious who the killer is. Like, it is like beyond a shadow of a doubt. Before you even start investigating, you should know who it is, and it kind of took me out of those two trials. And also, like, some of the characters aren't utilized that well, and it's like my least favorite cast in the entire game. Like, you're just got Kirigiri and the goth lady, but then the other characters are kind of boring and whatever. Especially like, it's just like, yeah, but it's still, you know, a Danganronpa game, and Danganronpa games are, you know, peak. Corpse Factory. This was an enjoyable visual novel where I think the ending was like, huh? And I think I played this in a Discord stream with the lads. If you guys remember visual novel nights, I'm gonna bring it back, I reckon. I'll bring it back for the Discord. Visual novel Discord nights. Yeah. Hyped for... Wait, I just want to check who's on the banner for tomorrow's thing. I want to see if I'm gacha pulling tomorrow or not. Where are we? Star Rail 2.0 banners. Please be Herta on the first one. Wait, 2.0 banners? Wait, what? Honkai Impact next banners. Alright, here we go. Next banner event. Herta, Fei Xiao, Lingsha, and Jade. During the phase 1. Oh, it's 3.0 tomorrow, not 2.0, my bad. Wait, Herta, Fei Xiao, Lingsha, and Jade? Wait, those are pretty good units. Wait, oh, I want Fei Xiao. No, how could they do that to me? No! And then the second phase. Wait, they're doing 4 units per each banner? That's rough. Remembrance Trailblazer looks so cool. Anyway, that's an... Alrighty. Alright, cool. Herta's on the first banner. That's who I'm going for. Anyway, next Clash Times. This is a childhood game. This is so peak. This one. Oh, this was... when you collect the weird doll things and it goes... Ooga booga. It's like, oh... And you can, like, eventually level up your spin where you can just spin forever and get the 100+ combos, and then you like tame all the monsters. There's that one level where you're riding on the pipe and it's like a pipe level for the whole thing. Such a great game. Never played any other Crash Bandicoot except for Clash of the Titans. And let me tell ya, that's all you need. That's that game. I don't know if it's actually considered a good game or not, but I think it's quite fun. It's the one where you put the mask on the monsters. Hello, Fumo. Hello. Has anyone played Crash of the Titans? Absolute. That's the only Crash Bandicoot game I've ever played, and I don't know where you can get it from. This is the stream that would change your life, because you're about to find some of the greatest games you can ever play. But yeah, this was on Xbox 360. I think you might need to get an emulator to play this one. But yeah, what a great game. What's AOE? Is that Ace Combat Evolved? I don't think I don't know which one I played. I can't remember. But I remember playing one of those and I was like, yo, this is fire. I gotta be a fighter jet. Battlefield 2, I haven't played Battlefield 2 though. But yeah, this game, ooh, because we weren't allowed to play violent games as kids. But yeah, this one was pretty hype. You get a spinner. I remember spinning around getting the combo. Oh, Age of Empires. Oh, okay. Oh, Battlefront 2. Oh, okay. Man, I thought you were just, yeah. Okay, yeah. This list is peak. Yeah, this is pretty high. This one might have been up here, but I think there's a. I think it could just be childhood nostalgia. Actually, nah, we'll put it in peak. It is peak. This game, I would actually love to play it again if we had an Xbox 360 somewhere. Oh, Battlefield. I mean, not Battlefield, BioShock. I like BioShock. I like, what is it? BioShock Infinite the most for its story, and I like this one for its play. They're basically the same peak, and then the second game, I don't even think I bothered to put it on here. The second game's also alright. For some reason in this one they decide you can only hold 2 guns at once. They're like, hold on a second, we're gonna make the game realistic. I imagine you could probably carry more than 2 guns. But yeah, definitely a game of all time. Very, very fun. I like the story. Spoilers for BioShock Infinite. Block your ears in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought the ending was really stupid and that you're the bad guy the entire time because timelines and whatnot, and that you discovered how to create, like the twins discovered how to make like time portals into different alternate universes and alternate timelines. But at the same time I thought it was so cool. I was like a mixture of like, wow, that is so dumb and so cool at the same time. I didn't know what to think, and I was just like, whoa, that was peak. And also there was like the racism moment where they were talking about the different wars, and I think you're called Booker DeWitt. Yeah. I like the twins the most, how like they just show up randomly and they just do like the trolling, and you gotta save Elizabeth. Now yeah, I really like BioShock Infinite. I don't know, are they making any more games, any more BioShock games? Like, yeah, I guess nothing will ever be, like, nothing could probably be more iconic than the Would You Kindly and whatnot. And I reckon that was like such a big moment for gaming. But I played these games long before, when they were like, you know, like I played them like years before, like after they were popular. They still are popular, but like when they were being talked about, because you know how like, you know what I mean. But I still enjoy it. Like, I imagine Would You Kindly must have like changed the gaming sphere for internet for like, when that was released, people be like, oh wow, like, you know that gif of that guy like doing shock face, like that. Dark Souls 3, my favorite Souls game of all time, probably like one of my favorite games of all time as well. Just so much fun. What more could I say than it's just Dark Souls 3? You know Raccoon, you know enjoys himself some, what's it called? He enjoys himself some FromSoft games. That's the word. But Dark Souls 1 is the one I think is just pretty fun. Like I never have the urge to really play it again. And then Dark Souls 2 is like peak. So yeah, show this to a FromSoft fan, they'll be like, huh? Huh? But yeah, that's my ranking for Dark Souls games. It's not a bad game though, it's still great. But like this one has such a variety in builds and bosses. This one is just like I like such a great boss lineup. And this one has Artorias. And it takes ages to get to Artorias. So that's pretty cool. Like, I don't think there's any other bosses I enjoy besides Artorias in that one. Alright, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is like, you know, a great time. Turn your brain off and go, and that's what I like it for. Although I got stuck in one level, so it's down a bit because of that. And then I got stuck there for like ages until I figured out you could just like jump up, and I was like so annoyed. I spent like a good like half an hour on like a early mission just because I didn't know the way to go. And I don't like it when games do that to me, so that's why it's there. But it's fun time still. Dead Space, we streamed this one, and let me tell you, it was enjoyable. I don't know. It wasn't that spooky, and also the great twist at the end I saw from a mile away, which was actually kind of funny. And also, I think, like, I like the style of it though. The style was very lovely. But, I don't know. It was kind of dumb how like the aliens just like how one guy could kill so many aliens but every other person just couldn't. Like we were just like, maybe the second game may be able to explain that. It might just be because we're the main character, but it just kind of seemed like I prefer it when like the alien is like, it's like when it's like the Thing or something where it's like kind of like just like one entity instead of like heaps of entities. I like it when it's just like one like big bad alien that's like going after you the entire time. Like, what's the Alien Extinction or something? But yeah, it's still a great game though, pretty fun. Star Wars Empire at War. Now this is, if you've played your, actually probably more so Peak, but Empire at War, this is my Age of Empires. And let me tell you, if you haven't played Star Wars Empire at War Gold Edition, go ahead and do that now. The campaigns are so much fun. And the Zahn Corruption one is pretty great. I like the story as well. I also just like Star Wars in general, and that big ship with which was just like a Death Star, but like was on a ship. And like we get the weapon, and instead of using it, because obviously a super weapon like that, and actually, the more I think about it, how did we get control of that ship? Like, we landed on it, and we got onto the main, like, console, right? But there should have been more staff on it that would be able to kick us out, or, like, protocols to stop, like, outside interference and all this stuff. I can't really remember how we were able to take control of the ship, but we were able to, and we did. The ship couldn't move, but it had a laser that one-shotted everything. It was like a Death Star laser. And it could basically, it wouldn't blow up a planet, but would make the planet uninhabitable, basically. And I thought that was a very cool final mission. And then your character being Mr. Rich Gangster that he is, instead of using the big weapon, because obviously that's not sustainable, he just steals all the credits that are being poured into it, because obviously such a big machine would take a lot of money. And we just became like super rich and whatnot. And then the weird Night Sister takes the Sith holocron to a weird area and goes, yeah, evil. I haven't actually played this one. Some of these games are just, I put in my favorites because I know I'm going to play them later. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is like a lifestyle in a way. Not really. It's peak. Mesmer is doing a lot of carrying with that. But it's like Dark Souls 2, I guess, in terms of variety and whatnot. And I've played so much Elden Ring, and I do keep coming back to it when there's new mods and stuff. So yeah, Elden Ring deserves peak. It's just not the greatest game of all time, because obviously Dark Souls 3 exists, and it will never be better than Dark Souls 3. Maybe Dark Souls 4 could beat out Dark Souls 3. Or maybe this new Elden Ring thing might be good, because it's just Elden Ring, but Dark Souls 3 bosses in it. That could be the new thing we're looking for. Next we got Favorite. Yaki also gifted me this for doing some lovely singing. This is a very interesting, spooky game. I like the style of it and the text and everything. I'm sure if you guys have heard this game and whatnot, it's pretty well presented. Very interesting with its like spooks and ghosts and puzzles. Unfortunately, I think I got lost in one area and that annoyed me. So yeah, note to games, if I get lost in them, I don't have as much fun. Enter the Gungeon. It was an alright experience. I think I finished it too quickly, and it was like, I think I finished it with like it was meant to be like a roguelike, but for some reason I was just that goated that I beat it on like my second try, and then was like, oh, Gungeon time, I guess. So yeah, Ender Lilies. So this game is like a pretty fun Metroidvania. I mean, extremely pretty fun. Yeah, pretty fun. But the ending credits song and the OST elevates it to an extremely fun game. Like the art style and everything. Such a great OST. I have no idea what the story was about though. I can't remember. I remember it being a confusing one about maidens and stuff, and that, like, you know, they're all dead and whatnot. Oh, you are in time for Fallout 4, spooky. But yeah. But it is. What do you think of the list so far, Mexican for everyone? What do you think of this? Fumo Racing in the greatest game of all time. Oh, I need some water. Ah, lovely water. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, there's such a great ending song and everything. In fact, this one's ending song led me to find this game, so that's pretty exciting. Oh, you can't see it. This game. Alright, Fallout 4. Like, Indiana Jones, very good. I preferred the second one, which is apparently a hot take. Well, we do hot takes. Fallout 4. I had an alright time with it. I think I got lost in like a section, or I got stuck somewhere and then never bothered to play it again. I think I need to revisit it to give a better evaluation, because I think I got stuck in some like tower, and then I'm like, man, grr, and then I just stopped playing. That's what happens. I get lost or stuck, and it's like, oh, that's it. That's me. I think, yes, I didn't finish it. I think I only got like 3 hours or 4 hours in, but it was an alright 4-hour experience. Same with Frog Gun. I've only played like 2 hours of this, but Frog Gun's pretty fun platformer. Getting over it. I don't enjoy this one, but like, it's not a bad game, but personally I just don't like it. Fallout 4's story is horrible, and the game is poorly optimized and full of bugs too. Wait, the story's bad? Oh. Well, I don't remember it. I just remember war never changes, and I laughed because I didn't know it was from that, and I was just like, man, that is so funny. That's like a line I would use, thinking I was cool. Oh yeah, I don't like getting over it. Ghost Runner is an alright experience. Actually, the presentation makes it enjoyable. That's the thing. I gotta put, like, the game. The only problem with Ghost Runner is, for some reason, they thought it'd be I got the hiccups. They thought it'd be a good idea. It's time to pat the Fumos. I shall pat. But yeah, for some reason, Ghost Runner, they thought it would be a good idea to put in puzzles in a fast, action-paced game. I really liked the parts where you go around slicing the guys, but when you have to do the boring mind puzzles, I was like, bro, where's Minecraft? It's down the list somewhere. It better be here, right? Yeah, there it is. There's Minecraft. Oh yeah, that's Fumo Pats. Alright, next we got Forza Horizon 5. This is fun to play, and you gotta get waifu cars, so that elevates it it's a good open world driving game, and I have like a Gawagura car, and there's probably Toho cars in it now. But every car, someone would have made a custom anime skin for it, so that's what elevates that game for me. I just enjoy looking at the anime character, being like, whoa, anime. Alright, next we have Guilty Gear Strive. I am garbage at this game, but oh boy, do I have a good time when I lock in and play. I really like the yo-yo character Bridget and the Totsugeki thing as well. You finally didn't miss a stream. Oh, and it's the gaming tier list stream. Isn't that exciting? You gotta, make sure you play all these games, especially Fumo Racing. Fumo Racing will change your life. Alright, God of War. Now this might be a hot take, but I just think it's I actually don't even, dare I say, I don't even really care for it. Like, I've played like 5 hours, and that's like enough for me. Like, I could stop playing it and go about my day, and it would not bother me in the slightest. The fact that that won Game of the Year is baffling when it was up against Red Dead Redemption 2, of all things. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I play it and I just go, Sekiro and Dark Souls and FromSoft just do the combat so much better, and it's like, I don't really care. Like, I understand why this game, people like it, because, like, I get to play as strong dude. I am, like, this is literally me. This is a male fantasy. I don't know. Will Fumo Racing save you from Gubu debt? What do you think, Gubu? Gubu says she would have to think about it. Who knows? Maybe. But, like, it can never hurt to try. But yeah, did not care for God of War at all. Now, this is a very cute Metroidvania. Where is the other Metroidvanias? Yeah, that's a great time. You play as a little robot, not too hard, but it's just a cute time, like a good little time. All right, this is another game that was an alright experience that I paid like $80 for because I thought it would be like the next greatest weeb JRPG. Where did Genshin go? It went into lifestyle because it's a lifestyle when you play that game. Once you play it and you're like locked in, you're stuck for life. Whether or not you enjoy it or not, you're in there. Once you get too deep, you can't get out. It's like a addiction. It's like gambling. Yeah, what was the game we rated before? Where is it? If it was put highly and I can't remember, that's rough. Oh well. Oh no, there it is. Oh yeah, alright experience. Just I thought it'd be like a great. It's like I thought it'd be like more than what it was. It was just like chill. Hades, this is a great time. Great. What do they call it? Roguelites. Probably like one of the best roguelites. But as you can see, roguelite actually pretty fun. Actually, extremely. This is actually a very fun game. Hold on, what am I doing? This is just like the combos you can get with your character. I really like the spear you chuck and dash to, because I like to spam that to dodge things. It's really fun. Helldivers. Me and Yaki played this like once, and that was a pretty fun time. Me and Yaki. Maybe we gotta play that again. This is a call out to you, Mr. Yaki, for some. We gotta dive in. We gotta save the Fumos. Is what we gotta do. If you'll agree to save the Fumos, Yaki, we will play. And I know you wouldn't agree to that though. Alright, we got another great game. This is a game I made I made Landfill play, and he's been streaming it for the past month, and he's doing really well. I'm proud of how far he's gotten, because like there is like a lot harder things to come, but I reckon he will eventually. I reckon he could even beat God Home if he just locks in eventually. It takes a while to do God Home, but I imagine he can do it. But yeah, such a great game, such a lovely, like, I don't think there's anything wrong about it. And it's also made by Australians. Definitely, and it's also pretty cheap as well. So if you ever want to play a game, this one, play it. Hollow Cure. This is what's the Vampire Survivor. Saving Fumos from the jar contain exactly, or from Fumo abusers. This one is a pretty fun game, actually extremely fun because you get to play as Mume, and I am a Mume. I am a Mume supporter. I am are they humans or whatever? You know, I Doki Doki Mume. Now, yeah, really enjoy Hollow Cure, and it's like the Vampire Survivor but Hollow Life, so that makes it better. All right, Master Chief. This is God of War gaming. I am very bad at Halo games, but oh boy, are they a good time. And when the multiplayer works, it works. This is just Halo in general. Like, I think the first Halo I ever played and finished, and I think the only Halo I've ever actually finished properly, because the rest I've seen my little brother just play through, so I've kind of got indie experience. But the only one I've ever played and finished full was Halo 4, because that was the only Halo we had for like the longest time, because all the others were rated MA, and that one was rated M, and so parents were like, okay, you can play that one. It was like ages ago. Now they're like, oh wow. But yeah, Halo Master Chief Collection, very good, has all the games. That's just hours and hours of fun. Halo, great series. I like the multiplayer. You haven't lived if you haven't played LAN Party on Blood Gulch with the boys, Pizza Party, or like if you got your entire class to play Halo in the computer labs. If anyone has memories of that, that's like peak. And Celeste, peak gaming, it is peak gaming, Celeste. The story is so beautiful. Human 4 flat. This is fun to a troll. This is a great time if you're playing with friends. It's mediocre if you're playing by yourself. This one you need friends. If you have no friends, rip. It's not that great. But with friends and trolling them, that's when you're having a great time. Iron Lung. This is an enjoyable, spooky game. It's a bit short, which I don't mind. And it's about fish, which I love fish. But yeah, it was a bit... It's a good tension or whatnot, but I already knew what the jump scare was because I watched a Pyrocynical video. So unfortunately, when I played it myself, I didn't get that surprised. Which I kind of do with spooky games, because I don't like surprises in that genre. Which is a kind of weird, but yeah. I am fish. That's an alright experience. You are a fish, but oh boy, is that game like unfunly hard. It really makes you want to commit fish size. really, Koosh, consume that fish. See, look, there's Koosh. Whenever fish is mentioned, she appears. Ravenous Fumo. Hot Wheels Unleashed. Now, this is like a fun arcade racing. The only problem is that its multiplayer is dead. But when the multiplayer was alive... I Am Bread sequel? Yeah, I never played I Am Bread. I Am Fish sequel, I think, though. I Am Fish. I watched Fishinari Miyu play it. I wonder what they're up to now. It's been ages since they've last streamed. I think it's been like 2 years. But yeah, Hot Wheels Unleashed. This game was fun when the multiplayer was on. The multiplayer, I think, is dead now because the second game's out. But yeah, it's a good time. The only problem is when you're versing someone which has a better car. Alright, Touhou Hero of the Ice Fairies. This was the first Touhou game I ever played. And it was pretty peak. Had Clown Piece in it. And you play as Barker. Barker. Wait, hold on. Barker mentioned. Look at that. That's what happens when Barker gets mentioned. My desk has got a bunch of Fumos on it now. There's Fumos in the live cam and there's Fumos on my desk. Such is the way of Fumo. But yeah, that game was pretty fun, pretty peak. And I really liked the gameplay of it, but the reason why it's in peak is because it's just got Barker in it and Clown Piece. If those two characters weren't in it, but it had Koosh, would also be in peak. But if it had none of those characters in it, it would just be extremely fun. So yeah, but it also has the boonies in it as well. And I didn't know the bunnies were like mischievous, so I was always like, Well, and you get the bunny train and stuff. I think, yeah, it was a good time. I like the combat. I wish the regular Toho games had the combat that this game had. Honestly, Barker. It takes two. This game is a pretty great time. The thing is, all the emotional moments of it were like a complete joke to me because I was just thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's like the parents be like, "Oh, let's get we're going to we're gonna get back by making our daughter cry." It's like the dumbest idea ever. They're like, "Yes, traumatize the daughter by like blowing up the elephant," and then we will somehow like undo the weird magic they have put on them, and it's like low key, I'm just kind of like they should have just gotten the divorce, divorce simulator go bro. That's what I was saying anyway. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah. At the end of the day, though, and then I think the kid tries to run away at the end. I just thought it was just kind of silly, and the book was so annoying. I want to like blow it up. The dumb book. Jump King. This game, it's an alright experience. I don't think I've ever finished it. It's too hard. I ain't the Jump King. I never got to see the lady at the top of the tower, but I saw Connor play it, so that's why I played it. Jedi Survivor. I don't know if it. Oh, I had so much fun with this game. I put it in here. But yeah, this Jedi Survivor, Star Wars peak. The only problem was that sometimes just sign the papers already our game. Exactly. But yeah, Jedi Survivor was so peak, so cinema. The only problem is that it ran garbagely sometimes. Like the frame rates just dropped, and that's more of a technical aspect. If the game didn't have that, I reckon it actually. Yeah, let's go. You fight Darth Vader in it. What more do you want? What more could you ask for? Inscription. Alright, so the first part of this game is peak, and then the second part of the game is just mediocre, which probably puts it in like the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And that's a great time. So the first part, like, once you just do the first part, I reckon that's just when you stop playing. Because the later half is like, I don't know what happened, but it just was like, so, like, it's just a presentation of the first part. It was so polished that the second part really makes you question what was happening. But yeah. Alright, and Jedi Fallen Order is peak, but didn't reach the heights of Jedi Survivor, because Jedi Survivor just had so much more combos and all this stuff. This one's story was, like, this one's story is also, like, great. Gotta find a planet. I think the only thing, though, was that the big betrayal was so obvious. Actually, these both have pretty good story. This one's combat is just like elevated higher, so that's why it's up there. Kill It With Fire, Australia Simulator. It was a alright experience. Really makes you feel like an Australian, but I'm already an Australian, so I don't need to feel more like an Australian. Kenya. This was pretty fun. It's a little Souls-like blocking game, but like you can set the difficulty. So is it really a Souls-like? I don't think I ever finished it, but I got pretty far, and then I just think I played it, like, with a lot of games, I'll be like, yeah, I've seen enough. I am satisfied. And that's fine. Lethal Company. This is, like, extremely fun with the boys, and, like, with the friends. With the friends, it's a good time, but if you're playing it by yourself, it's either, like, oddly scary or like boring, and I don't know which one, but yeah, it's designed to be played with others, so if you don't have friends, you can't experience it. That's a shame. Maybe we'll do a Fumo Lethal Company group time where you guys can play, and then we'll have a great time. I don't know. Little Nightmares 2 is a very good game, very extremely fun, not peak. But like I really liked its presentation, everything, the puzzles. It's a very good time, very fun, very interesting story, very interesting world. It just doesn't have combat. It's just puzzles, and puzzles, in my opinion, can never really be peak because I don't like puzzles. Indiana Jones Lego 2. Where did I put the first one? Because this one goes above wherever that is. Alright, that's some pretty fun. This is extremely fun. This is apparently very controversial pick. Ooh! Controversial raccoon. But I just thought that one was so like much funner with the collectibles than this one. It took ages to find some collectibles because like some characters were just hiding, like. But I had to use a guide for some things. But yeah, it was a good time though. In Lego Indiana Jones 2, Limbus Company, goated of all time, same energy as um Library of Runia. It's just free and gotcha. And I think the stories might even be better because I'm more attached to the characters in Limbus Company because there's more characters to play off with. Actually, no, Library of Runia has more the same amount of main characters, kind of, except there's just two big main characters where you got Roland and Angela. Meanwhile, with this one, you got the 12 Sinners and Dante and Virgil and the Chorande Vroom Vroom character, the girl that drives the train. Or is it a bus? The Limbus Company bus. Whatever it is, they're driving it. So yeah, you got a lot more cast, and then each chapter introduces new characters as well, and all this stuff. Such a great game. I need to finish the current chapter. The only reason I stopped the current chapter was because I got stuck on a boss. My only problem is that it's a gacha game, so I can't put on cheats to complete it like I did with this one. Because I just want to read the story. I'd much rather it just be a visual novel, but still very peak. My Little Nightmares, you go with your, where's your sequel? You're just like a downgraded version of this one, but still very good, very lovely setting. You get shadow powers at the end and you get to eat all the fat people. Very epic. Code Vein Anime Dark Souls was actually really fun. I didn't expect it to be as fun as it is, and the character customization goes so hard. I made Joker in it, as I do with every character customization, and let me tell you, extremely fun Joker moment is all I had in that one. Lies of P is pretty peak. The first time I played it, I thought it was kinda just like, it was okay. But then when I played it on stream, I understood that, hold on a second, maybe using more than one weapon the entire game is actually better. I don't know why I didn't do that. Call me dumb. But the second time I'm like, alright, this is peak. The combat just feels so smooth and solid. The bosses are fun. Lightning Lady is probably one of the funnest bosses I've ever fought in a game, albeit painful and hard. But yeah, that's such a great game. Alright, now we got like probably my favorite game of all time as well. These three are strong competitors for that. Danganronpa 3 and Danganronpa 2. Danganronpa in itself, I'm not going to spoil anything. I reckon just play him. Even if you think you don't like visual novels, play him anyway. If you hate weeb stuff though, don't play him because it's, animated things. If you can't handle that, don't play it. But if you can and you like that, give it a go. It's very, very, very good. Very peak. Also, this one has Tenko in it, and they do the finger emoji. It's pretty epic. Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a great time, but if it went any longer than what it did, it probably would have overstayed its welcome. But it's a very good Marvel game, especially since I think they released Marvel Avengers before it, and that was just like a dumpster fire of a game. So, they really cooked with that one. Holy Parade is alright experience. I just play it because it has easy gacha mechanics, and it was only like $2 to pull a slot machine that has holo characters on it. That's the only reason I played that one. Ghostwire Tokyo, very, very pretty. And the story is kind of cool, and the ghosts are kind of cool, but it's got that lovely Ubisoftness to it, and where it just feels garbage sometimes. So yeah, a great time. But it's like Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed is a great time until the Ubisoft certain missions are painful, and you gotta the map looks like a mess and whatnot. Trails of the Sky, I have desperately tried to get into this game. It is still a great, enjoyable time of what I played. Actually, probably more than these ones, so yeah, a great time. But I just wish I had the, I guess I have a short attention span. I couldn't sit still to read a novel for 200 hours. I wish I could though, so I could really enjoy that one. Lego Marvel superhero. I haven't really gotten that far in this one, so we'll actually put it at the bottom of not played. Oh, we're in for peak. One of the greatest games of all time. One of the few games I got every achievement for. Goody two shoes. If you haven't played, if you don't even know anything about this game, play it. You're gonna play it. You're gonna be like, whew. The art style, very cute. The story, very cute. It's got Rosamarine. Also the voice acting, I really like in that one for some reason. There's just something about the voice acting that really gets me. That Rosamarine, for goodness sake. I don't know. It's just so fun. And then and Muffy, the evil gremlin that comes and steals your food each day, and you need your food to do like chores and stuff. And you got the kiss the rat chore. I don't know why, it's just funny. You get all up close and personal with that rat. You gotta whack it away, or else you kiss the dead rat. I think it's a dead rat they're playing with. But yeah, such a great game, such a great style. And the story is very interesting as well. It's a prequel to Pocket Mirror, so if you played Pocket Mirror beforehand, you kind of should know how things go. And it's the true ending, like that like leads into Pocket Mirror, is quite sad, like very sad. But all the non-true endings are actually very good, and like some of them are like some of the happiest times. And I'm like, because the character like realizes that, hold on, becoming a rich princess maybe isn't that great if you have to kill your best friend for it. So yeah, or like kill best friend / potential wife. And so if you don't kill them right, then you get like the wife endings with all three of the characters for each different one, depending on which one you had the most hearts with, and that's pretty hype. And I think what's her name? Oh yeah, this is sorry, I should have said spoilers for Goody Two Shoes. My bad. I think what was the name? So there's Rosamarine, Lulin Kitchen. No, that's not their real name. I just called them Kitchen because their name was like something Kitchen. And I can't remember who this third girl was called. Let me look it up. This is a great game, I swear. I just for some reason the names are escaping me. Rosamarine isn't because they said it a lot and it just stuck in my brain. Rosamarine, Goody Two Shoes characters. It starts with F. Freya, that's it. Alright, yeah. Leban Kitchen and Freya. Freya has like the best ending because like you get to actually like be also kind of rich at the same time. Rosamarine's ending was like probably the worst one. She just kind of like leaves you to go on like her own heart-throbbing adventure. She actually even gives Koosh energy, I reckon. She actually does have Koishi energy. So if you like Koosh, you might like them as well. They go on their own heart-throbbing adventure and then they come back like, hey, I'm back. And then it's like, hey. That's like a 2-year journey they go on beforehand. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Marble Blast Ultra. Oh, that's a blast from the past. That's so peak. Mega Marble. If you played this game, you'll know that like when you get Mega Marble, there ain't no turning back, cause you are Mega Marble. that soundbite lives rent free in my brain. Mega Marble. And the levels were pretty cool. We only played the demo for so long, and then years later, I got the official game, and I was like, not as hype as the demo for some reason. I don't know why, but the demo was just like, let's go. Some of the levels on the demo were like so long. I reckon now though I'd be able to do it. There's that one level, the blue level. I think the blue levels were like the best levels. Mega Marble. Mario Party Deluxe. This is a great time, but I haven't been able to play it online because online costs money, and I ain't about to spend like $30 on a Nintendo subscription to play some Mario Party online. Fortnite. What if I told you Fortnite is the greatest game of all time? I'd of course be lying. I just think it's okay. Like, Battle Royale in it. It's fun when you're versing bots. But other than that, Fortnite. The collabs though go hard. Ghost of Tsushima on the other hand, pretty peak. Really makes you feel like a samurai. Bloodborne as well. Really makes you feel like you're killing British people. The reason why I didn't talk a lot about this is because it's just, it speaks for itself, Ghost of Tsushima, I reckon. Same with Bloodborne. Bloodborne isn't the greatest game of all time because Dark Souls 3 exists, and I want to put only one From Software game in here. And I think if you revisited Bloodborne, you'll realize that a lot of the bosses in it aren't actually that great. Let me just, forget about the Maria Clock Tower fight, and Gurman joins the hunt, and Orphan of Kos, and basically all the DLC bosses. And let me bring you back to Mikolash Rom, the three dumb shadow people that summon a snake sometimes, and probably most other bosses. The Witch of Hemlock, they're all not that great fights. But then they also have some good fights in it. That's this thing with FromSoft games. This one is like a 60-50 on good to bad bosses. This one's a 50-50 on good to bad bosses. And where is Dark Souls 1? Where are you? And this one is like a 10-90 in good bosses. But the 10% of good bosses are really good. But then the 90% of bosses, the ones at the bottom, are really bad. Better chaos, Garbage. Better chaos. Better chaos would make you cry, and that's alright. Mario. Yeah, this one was a great time. I enjoy, a bit of Mario Odyssey, where it has that jump up in the sky. That part really made me go. Really made me, punch the air in excitement. What a good time. League of Legends. This is obviously a lifestyle. Same with where's let's just knock out League of Legends and TFT out in the same ballpark. There you are. There you are, TFT. These are just lifestyles. Actually, let's do all the lifestyles. Marvel, any hero shooter is just a lifestyle of a game, and that once actually I could probably give or take with Marvel thingos. But the other ones, where's Overwatch? Anything that has a rank system in it that I actively want to climb is a lifestyle in itself, and you cannot escape the lifestyle. There it is. Alright, Mass Effect thing. I haven't gotten that far in this, but it's been pretty fun for what I've been doing. My only problem is that the gameplay is so outdated that I fall asleep on some of the planets, man. Some of the planets are so empty, and it's the story I know will be great, but it also feels like a bit like the Trails in the Sky, and that it's gonna take a while for things to start cooking. I think I'm 10 hours in or 9 hours in, and it's I'm still on the first game, and I'm still yeah, this is gonna take a while. And apparently the third game is so peak, and I'm just yeah. Mass Quest. This is the reason I put this on the list is because the sound effect for the eating of the apples is ingrained in my brain, and also the aliens. But you just solve mass and stuff. It's one of those fake learning games and whatnot. That yeah. Really makes your video game and whatnot. Oh, now this is peak where they go memes, DNA of the soul, all the music from Metal Gear Rising, and the standing here, I goo boo. It's such a great game. So many, and the way you just feel cool playing it. It was so peak that I did a lot of the missions where you have to solo the boss without getting hit once. That's how peak it was to me. Yeah, standing Baka. Yeah. If you played Metal Gear it's the only Metal Gear game I've actually played as well. I don't think any of the others are like it, but yeah, I played it because of the memes, and let me tell you, memes, DNA of the soul. And when the guy goes like the good old days of 9/11, I'm like, oh, this is so peak. This is cinema. All right, metaphor. This is greatest game of all time. It's just like Persona game. The villain Louise was so well done, and your cast of characters were also so well done. I think my only issue in it, which is like such a non-issue, is that there wasn't really like a waifu character in it where I was like live or die by. I don't think there's any character in that for me where I'm like, yes, this is this is the undisputed best girl of the game. Maybe the character that sells igniters and has the dog, but really it could be for anything. Minecraft, do I need to say more? This is either a lifestyle or the greatest game of all time. We'll put it in greatest game of all time. Minecraft, unlimited possibilities, unlimited snail. You can get funky mods in it. Just such a great time. Look, it's one of the snail's favorite games to play when I'm off my computer. The snail will climb up and play some Minecraft. She's pretty good at Minecraft as well. The cheeky snail, yeah. Mischievous, naughty. This one's pretty great because it's got Barker in it, but I haven't gotten up to Barker yet. But it's a fun time. Actually, it's just pretty fun. The reason why I haven't gone that far in it though is because like it's one of those games that I'd rather like relax than not. It's meant to be a relaxing game instead of a streaming game, I reckon. Nier Automata, oh, this game is so peak. The music, the story, everything is just so amazing and beyond. It makes you go, oh. And so yeah, definitely play that one. The story, everything. It made me cry a lot, that one. This one I didn't finish because I really hated the traveling. The traveling really brings it down. No fast travel. This game needed fast travel. The amount of walking to and fro from places was abysmal. And then I wasn't that invested in the story compared to this one. This one just, I don't know how or why, but this one they were just able to cook so much better. And it's not because in this one you play as a man and this one you play as a woman. You actually get to play as man in this one as well. This one was just better. So, this is peak. This is Hollow Knight, but mixed with Sekiro, and it's made by Red Candle. Actually, it's in peak, not greatest game of all time, because it's hard to finish, because it's so hard, the one thing I'm up to. I gotta kill, like, this boss 3 times to fully beat them, and they're like, I think they're like in their last quarter bosses. They're not like there's still a few areas left in that game that yeah, eventually I'll get it done. The story is really weirdly dark. Nioh 2 really makes me cry sometimes, but when you're cooking. I enjoy the pain. This is No Man's Sky was an alright experience. There was my friend Hollow who was able to he just like gave me all the stuff I needed if I ever needed like something. It was pretty peak. Octopath Traveler. This was I finished the Apothecary story, and I think I had enough. And the Beast Girl, and I think it was a pretty fun time. I'll get to the other characters eventually, but yeah, I like to do them like one at a time so I don't like get lost or whatnot. But yeah, really enjoyed the Apothecary story and whatnot. I just like that name, Apothecary. It's pretty cool. Amori. This game changes your life. It's like Pun Pun in a way. Super well made, super good time. Very lovely story and all that, like, you know, metaphor. But like, yeah, just really such a peak gaming beyond game and all that stuff. Ori Will of the Wisps. This is a very beautiful game, but I don't enjoy. It's just flat. It's a bit hard. Yes, this is. I had to put it. I had to change the difficulty because on the hard I'd die in one shot. But yeah, it's okay. Power World. It's an alright experience. Haven't really gotten that far into it to really judge it properly. But it's mainly just because I get bored, maybe. So maybe it should. Maybe mediocre. I don't know. I like the chicken Pokemon. Chicken Pokemon, good. Alright, the Project series. This one is such a great chapter 1. I don't know if they will be able to top it in chapter 2 because they just like cooked for chapter 1. It's such a great first chapter. And then the prequel one was also just pretty interesting. I like story games, if you can't tell, and these are story games with a little bit of puzzle, a little bit and a bit of horror as well. Actually, a lot of horror, but like not in like the jump scare way, in like the unnerving way. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how that game will continue to grow and grow over the years to come. And they also made it free, which is very kind. Persona free. Oh, actually, we'll put all Persona games, the goat of gaming, disturbing the peace. Look into my clock. It's such a great game. All the Persona. This one's got Adachi. This one's got, Persona 5 Royale, and this one is reloaded with Fuka. This one's got Queen. They're such great, you play Persona. They're like a lifestyle as well. So technically these can go in this one because you're locked in for life when you're playing them. It's like you play like the lifespan of a year in that game. As Donkey said, you spend it's like you're meant to spend a year on these games. And yeah, it is true. Very lovely. And yeah, Persona 5 Strikers, very peak. Phasmophobia is not really spooky at all, but it's a fun time with friends, and if they're like really scared for some reason, you can go like, boo, and it gets them, and that's actually, when I think of that, that's pretty funny. But yeah, Pocket Mirror I didn't want. It was same intrigue. Not as great as obviously Little Goody Two Shoes, but I do like the things, and it has Gillette, which is this bunny plush, which I hope they make as a real plush. That'd be very nice. Apparently they've released they're making a Lizette puzzle, not puzzle plush from that game, Lizette Fumo. So maybe one day, maybe we might get that whenever they like have it on sale. And for the Fumos, they can have, we can go on more Fumo adventures with characters from non-Toho. What do you think of that, Koosh? Yeah, you want to go on a heart-throbbing adventure? Yeah, sounds lovely. Portal 1, it was pretty fun. The mechanics of the portals is very lovely. And, Cake is a Lie, all that good stuff. Just a classic game. Raincode, there's just something, this one just was able to succeed in having that Danganronpa vibe. There's also one of the characters just looks like Chiaki as well. But yeah, I reckon I'd put it on par with Danganronpa 2, or maybe just like slightly under, but not under enough for it to be in peak. Republic Commando, this might be nostalgia talking, but this is another like goated game. We got a lot of goated games. Everyone should play all these games that are in goated. I guess you could say I'm a bit of a Persona fan, eh? But yeah, Republic Commando is such a great game. And it's not even just such a great Star Wars game, but it's such a great game in general. It really makes you feel. I could probably stream that when I have that on my computer. It's really great, the crunchiness of the attacks, the like actual like strategy in the combat. It's not just aim and shoot. You actually have to like focus on positioning and also commanding your other fellow squad members. Really makes you feel like a Star Wars clone trooper. Alright, and of course Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, it took me ages to get into this game, but once I got into this game, oh boy, do I just like want to again erase my memory of it so that I could replay it from scratch without knowing anything, because that story is just so good. And man, do they make Micah one of like the most unlikable characters in all of existence. Like, you just want to like, the fact that you have to do the level where you have to save him annoys me every time. It's like, can't we just leave him in there? Like, we save it, bro I don't even think though if he was the downfall of the gang because of the fact that Dutch was already probably slipping. Like they had enough money to go to Tahiti or whatever, but Dutch just never like. I think Dutch didn't want to give up the gang life, and it was more just like a way of like false hope for his gang members. Yeah, that's right, Koosh. Pretty naughty, eh? Yeah, mischievous. And that that's alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very good, actually. Reverse. This is another lifestyle. Any gacha game is a lifestyle if you play it long enough, except for Blue Archive because I haven't really seen it as a lifestyle choice yet. This one is pretty fun. Actually, more so extremely fun. When you get a good run on Risk of Rain 2, you're cooking. Sanabi. Oh, this was peak. This had such a great story, and also the combat was fun, and that twist at the end. I didn't like. I was trying to predict what the twist would be, and I didn't get it. But I think I predicted it kind of, but it was still pretty good. Pretty like whew. This one was alright. I think I came off playing Persona, so Scarlet Nexus just didn't seem as great. So that's probably just rip in where it was coming in time to play. Actually, it's more enjoyable. Actually, yeah, enjoyable. It was an enjoyable time. I can't remember the story at all, but I remember the opening being a banger. Sekiro, peak. Love that game. Is probably more funner. Like once you get the hang of the combat, it's probably even more funner than Bloodborne. Samurai Man, Sheepy. This is a very cute game. It's a great time. It's only like an hour or so long, not very long at all. And it's a great time for all. So yeah, I enjoy myself some Sheepy. Skyrim, I haven't actually been able to really get into, so we'll actually put that at the bottom. I can't really fairly rate it, because every time I start it, I like, my attention span, I don't like the combat, I think. There's something about the game that just, I think it comes off as very daunting, so I, like, don't start it, because I feel like it's a very long game. Slave Aspire, on the other hand, I got Gubu mods, so that automatically makes it peak. I don't think I have Barker in it yet, but I got Gubu and Koosh. And Bugu is very strong. Gubu isn't that strong so far, and Koosh has weird mechanics, but Bugu is mighty powerful. And once you get the Bugu combo where you can do like 300 attack per turn, you're cooking. Soma Nuts was it was pretty fun. We got a little spooky game. Really gets you going boo and whatnot. Makes you go, ooh, but they could have done so much more with the setting of fish and whatnot. And fish, and like, because fish, I reckon, are pretty spooky. You can get pretty spooky with fish. They didn't really delve into that more. They delved more into sci-fi stuff. Sayano Uta, a game that will like, it's a game. I think when you put like a new title, and row below is just like experience. I don't know how to describe this game other than like an experience on the soul. I don't know what that really means. It probably sounds even better than great, but yeah, this game is just like, it's a game that makes you go, whoa. Like this game, this is a visual novel, so it's just not even a game, it's just reading. It's a story that will really like make or like, I don't know. What really makes or break it though is if you care about Saya as a character, and like if you don't care about them at all, then yeah, you'd get nothing from the game. And also just the visual like denpa-ness of it all was like really interesting with how they do like the sound of things. And like it's a horror game, and how to do like the visuals of everything, very yucky, but it's a game that like I'll always like think about. That will just always be there in my brain. Always like it will forever exist rent free in my mind, whether I want it to or not. It just it exists. All right, Spider-Man 3. This is like a childhood game, guy. This is one of the greatest games of all time. You get to play as Venom, and you get to fight there. I forgot what the candy pop. This game was so fun. You got so it was so long as well, and it was open. It was like back when games. I'm not sure if it's like this is probably just nostalgia, thinking about this game, but yeah, the game so peak and so lovely as well. Just I love me some Spider-Man 3. And then these other ones, Miles Morales, I reckon they're pretty peak. This one is better because Miles Morales, if it was longer, might have been better. It felt more like a DLC for this game, but for what you got, pretty great. Like they're just great games. But for some reason, Spider-Man 3 for the Xbox 360, it just has a special place in my brain. Same with this game. It's probably not even a good Spyro game, but Spyro Dawn of the Dragons is another game that has a special place in my brain. I love the collectibles. I love the story. I think I was pretty young when I played it, so I thought the dragons were pretty cute. I don't know what that means. I thought like breathing like fire and stuff was really cool. I didn't like that evil bad guy though. Oh, he was a real meanie. The naughty dragon, and the flying worm things really like got to me as well. They were so silly. And then there was like an elite worm. It's like, oh, elite worm. Oh, all these memories are coming back to all the memories of an elite worm. Yeah. The elite worm really hit me hard, I tell you. Stardew Valley. This is a game that like it's a lifestyle. I'm gonna get some Toho mods, and I reckon we'll stream it. Maybe I'll see if maybe this might be a game that Landfill and Pseudo might like. I don't know what their interests are. They play Terraria, so they might like Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a chill vibe game, and if I get like Toho mods in it, I reckon that'd be fun. Star Rail, this is like, of course, lifestyle, probably the best lifestyle out of all of these games. Actually, no, League of Legends. Actually, no, TFT is. But yeah, these are, lifestyle, obviously. I think there's no stream tomorrow because I'm playing 3.0 update because, I want to play that update. I want to do the story all in one go so I can not have to think about it. Maybe I should have done that with Genshin. Oh well. But yeah, so no stream tomorrow because I'm playing that game. Meow, 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 meow. Steins Gate 0 is like extremely fun. I haven't finished it yet. When I finish it, it'll probably go. Actually, no. So that's some greatest game of all time, and this isn't peak because of the scientist lady. What's her name? Maho. Best girl. But this one is peak because I finished it and like finished it completely. I read every single word this game had to offer, and let me tell you, it's so much better than the anime. Like the anime is so quick. Right? I actually like that the start of this game is pretty slow. It really lets you get into like the feel of the characters and the world before you get taken on the time stuff and whatnot. But yeah, such a great game in general, of course. Really just like they cooked with it. Straight. Oh, this game is so cute as well. This is peak. You get to be as a cat. What more do you want? Actually, I would say it's an experience on the soul to embody cat. Actually, I'd say Steins Gate is as well. Steins Gate. Actually no, it's already in a higher tier. Never mind. Below Zero and Subnautica. We'll do Subnautica first. Subnautica is such a great game with like its fish. This one wasn't really scary in comparison, but it's still fun. But this one, it took me ages to work up the courage to go near the boat because I knew there were reapers there, and I really hated the sounds they make. But I do. I enjoyed that one. So, have you played Subnautica, Yaki? It cooks. Such a love. They cooked with that one. the chef was in the kitchen making some Gubu tea, and let me tell you, that Gubu tea was fire. But yeah, the second game just didn't have that like factor that the first game had. There wasn't anything that like had the same energy as the Reaper Leviathan, and like subs. But yeah, I don't. And you weren't like that game was very good because you were alone. In Below Zero, you weren't alone. You actually talked to other characters, which really like didn't help with like the scares and stuff. Is all I gotta say. Super Smash Brothers. 2 hours late. Oh, it's okay. Oh, another Danganronpa game. This one is peak. But yeah, look at these. This is the list so far. Fumo Racing. No. if you're a Destiny fan, rip. Anyway, Smash Brothers. I brought the Joker. What's it called? Character pack for like $10. I thought that was it's pretty fun. I just need friends to come over to play that one, or like online play as well. Online play is pretty enjoyable. Subliminal. I streamed this game, and I think I had a great time. Does anyone remember this stream? This was like VTuber days. I think Yaki, do you remember Subliminal? It was pretty fun, a good time. Tales of Arise. I'm playing this at the moment, and let me tell you why it's peak. Let me just hide the screen real quick before we bring it back up so that you can't see certain things. Where are we? Tales of Arise. Hold on. Oh! Alright. Look at it! It's a Hoodle! It's so cute! It's just like a fat owl thing, but it makes the game peak. Like the other character it's a part of, Rinwell or whatever, she's okay, but they made them Hoodle. Wait, you can buy these, or it's on Xbox. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like a plush. If there's there's someone gave it a knife. It's Koishi Hoodle. Oh yeah, they're really cute. Oh yeah, see that's the owner there. They haven't really had much of it. They're okay as a character, but they're really elevated by the fact that they introduced the Hootle. But yeah, the Hootle is so peak. Terraria. I haven't played enough of this game to actually give it a judge. So to avoid scrutiny from all that Terraria enjoys, so I was just gonna put it in an alright experience. But I haven't played enough to really delve into it. Now, this one is mediocre. I don't know how they turned something like Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, but like bigger, and somehow made it like worse than a game that came out like 20 years ago. Definitely is a gaming moment for sure for them to be able to do that. Vi Creature. This is a pretty interesting game. I haven't gotten too far into it, but I can judge it in that. It's another bullet hell, but like in a great way. It has a Millie song for the opening. That's why I even like played it, because the Millie. But yeah, Titanfall 2 now on the other hand is so much fun. The gameplay, it feels so good, and the multiplayer is still active. I think. I don't know. I've been able to play it sometimes, and the crunchiness of everything, it just works. I wish Apex felt like this game when playing it. I think this is Gubu's game, and so we'll put that in peak because it's got Gubu in it. And then this is Cherry Blossom, and we'll put that in Goat because I actually was able to finish it. And then this has Koosh in it, so Koosh, easy peasy. Bloomy Nights is an enjoyable one. I haven't really gotten that far into it. It's a bit repetitive already, but the fact that you can play as Koosh and other stuff is when it gets really hyped. Lunari Nights, on the other hand, this is a great time. I enjoy the exploit against Gubu. The Gubu exploit makes the game a joke, but if you don't use that, then But then, like, why limit yourself when you can just use the throwing knives? The thing is, I didn't even know the throwing knives were OP. I just started using it, and then when I figured out, wait, hold on, you get invincibility frames. I was like, oh yeah, we're cooking. I'm cooking all day. You know, that one. Oh, this one was also pretty fun. Except, yeah, it's just extremely fun. I don't know. This one, extremely fun. Yeah. Actually, wait, hold on a second. I didn't actually have any fun playing these Toho games. I just liked the characters. Oh well, they're staying there. I didn't actually go, wow, I had a lot of fun playing that. I just went, ooh, characters. So yeah, I guess that's what happens when your brain is Fumo filled. But I didn't actually have fun with the gameplay, but this is why it's my tier list. It doesn't make sense sometimes. Trails of Cold Steel is pretty peak, but also a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of a game. You really gotta like invest in your time to play a Trails game. More so than a Persona game, that's for sure. But yeah, lifestyle. Very good though. Turnip Boy, tax evasion. I liked the tax evasion. That was pretty relatable. It was pretty short and cute. Fumo rot. Nah, Fumo on the brain brings no pain. Dun 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 dun. I'm just a gooboo. After all, don't put the barker on me. Don't put the barker on me. I'm only barker. After all, I'm only barker. I don't know what that was. I'm losing my mind on this tier list. Undertale. Oh, this game made me like cry with the Asriel stuff. I was like, oh, that was so sad. And then Funny Sans Undertale as well. Really, really just changes, everything. It just, whoa, I have become, I am Undertale or something. I am Sans. But the music is so OP as well. I use it in Fumo videos. Until then is a recent game I've been playing, which I reckon deserves GOAT. This game has done the rare thing that visual novels do, and actually made the characters' conversations feel like real talk, like real spoken conversations that like didn't just exist because of a video game. Like the characters sound like real people. I don't know how to explain that. It's just they sound like these are real people. Like it's so convincing to me that they are real. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Oh, Viva Pinata. All right, these games are like my childhood. Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. They ran so Animal Crossing could walk. Viva Pinata is such an amazing game. Just whoa, I am. Yeah, such a great oh, they cook it. They cooked with the, play these. You have to have an Xbox 360 to play it. This thing here. Hold on a second. Let me just You guys are about to get some raccoon lore here. This creature is just. This is so epic. Fergie Fudgehog, one of the greatest creations of a character. What did they do to them? But yeah, Fergie Fudgehog, truly a character of all time. I don't know. If you guys haven't seen Viva Pinata, you're probably just like, what is this? But you know me. Viva Pinata. Viva Pinata Party Animals is like the better version of the better version of Mario Kart. It's like Mario Kart and what's the other thing? Is it Super Mario Party mixed into one, thus making the greatest game of all time. Yeah. V Rising is actually, this game's actually pretty enjoyable. I got like pretty far into it, kind of. Well, not pretty far, like a good like 10 hours, and I reckon I could like log in heaps of more if I had like others to play with that one too. Weathering Waves, obviously it's a lifestyle. All right. Oh. All right. So these next two games, that's peak. They're really cooking with that Danganronpa fan game they're making. If the only reason this game could go down if for some reason the quality and everything else just goes out the window from then on. But for now, that game, cinema, and I don't say that word lightly. Absolute cinema. That game is truly game changing in terms of just peak. And then Your Turn to Die, such a great cast of characters. I cared about all of them except for like the character that died at the start, and then they made me care about them afterwards. Actually, no, my favorite character dies at the beginning of the game. Well, like not at the beginning, but like they're the first to die, and I was like, no, he was my boy. But I still kept going. I think they haven't finished it yet. They still got like one part to go, and it's gonna. I feel like the reason they're taking so long is because they've got so much to like. What's it called? There's so much to add in closure. There's a lot of closure they got to do, and they got to do their ending right. I reckon. I feel like they don't want to ruin their ending, which I think is fine. Yeah, they didn't want to ruin that ending. Alright, the last game, because these ones I haven't played enough to really give an opinion on, is, alright, Yaki, are you ready for this? Zenless Zone Zero, are you ready for, your game you live and swear by? Are you ready, Yaki? Yaki, you ready? You ready to see where it goes? Dun 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 bum 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 oh 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 it's going back down. Oh no, where is it going? Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm putting it in life. It's a gacha game. Actually, no, I haven't played it that much, so it doesn't have a hold on me. It was an alright experience. I somehow get the latest characters, but like I haven't invested myself in the story to care at all. I have had zero opinion on the game, and that's how you know it's a game of all time when it elicits zero reaction, except for maybe like, whoa, shark lady, ooh. That's probably the only reaction it's gotten from me is whoa. But yeah, this is the tier list reporting for misinformation. Nah, wait, what about Mr. Information? Yeah, this is the tier list. What do you guys think? Was that a good time? We finished earlier than I thought we would, and I did promise we wouldn't play TFT. So I guess we'll just probably end stream like soon then, and then I'll just because I haven't actually had time to play any of the games I usually play today, so I'll probably just use that time to do that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Good tier list, right? Yeah. Thank you all for thank you for coming to have some time with tier list. I'll download it so that we can send it to no, I can make a post about it later. It's just loading in. Alright, good. Alright, yeah, so that's it for today, I guess. Early ending is fine. We started early. Bro makes me get into a game, then never plays it after. That's what we call Schrodinger's game. Is it a game or isn't a game? Well, the thing is, you got into the wrong game. The thing is, it was meant to be a... So, Yaki, the thing is, it was meant to be a stepping stone for you to get into Star Rail. See, I hit you with the, hey, look, gotcha game. And then you will get into the actual peak that is Star Rail. But then you never got that far. You never made it to the actual peak, and that's okay. One day. You also haven't got into the Fumo peak yet, so I got you there as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We're just ending early because I got some games to play, and I haven't been able to play some games yet. And we finished the tier list. So yeah, lovely tier list. I'm gonna play TFT off stream. Actually, that's what I'm doing. Star Rail is garbage. No. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Yeah, take care. Final Fumo pats for all. Final Fumo. Well, I mean, not for forever, but like just for today. Pat. How lovely. But yeah, good night, everyone. I'm gonna go play Tales of Arise. Take care. And also, yeah, no stream tomorrow because I'm doing the Star Rail game. So yeah, maybe tonight I'll even make like a Fumo video. Actually, no, the update doesn't come out till 1 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm chilling on that end as well. Alright, goodbye. Watch the Fumos bounce.